DPSing, which is not what I do, but I can respect it. I respect my DPS heads. I am a single tank brain, and also we got good. Actually, got the windows open today. It's not. Yeah, no, it is actually starting to get fall adjacent, I would say. Which is great for me because my car AC is still busted. Oh God, what I wouldn't give for 80. Like what is we're about like 84 right now, which is better. Normally around where I'm at, it's like in the 90s. And yeah, no, my AC has been busted for a bit, and I'm looking at a way to fix it cheaply. But it's gonna require me to deal with engines and unscrew things and plug things in, which terrifies the living shit out of me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to fall weather. I just oh, I wish we got it sooner. So what it is that I need to just get more coolant in my car, which if I take that to the shop, it's going to cost me around 300, but if I do it myself, the cans to actually do it are like less than 20 bucks a pop. I just need to go to the AutoZone and get the air taken out of the coolant, out of the coolant tank, so I can put the new coolant in. And that's the part that scares me, like handling that bit. But I mean, if I can figure it out, I'm saving myself like $300, so it's worth it. Even if I'm a little scared. I'm hoping I go to the AutoZone and somebody there takes pity on me and helps me. All right. To get us kind of started here and intro what we're doing. So, I know a lot well, actually, hold on. Give me 1 second here. Should not have put my phone over there. So, before we get fully started, obviously this is recording and I will be putting it up somewhere else for people's viewing pleasure if they were not able to make it and wanted to see it. But one thing I want to say is, so the first goal I put for my stream was, obviously, the first major milestone I think is to become an affiliate, be able to monetize this shit. And so I put that as my goal, the 25 followers, and before this stream even started, we are more than halfway there, which is kind of incredible and crazy. We're at now, when I wrote this little thing down, it was at 11, but now we're at 16. So, yeah, that is insane. And honestly, oh, scared. Oh, hey, Haza. But yeah, no, it's insane and awesome and scared the shit out of me a little bit because now I'm like, okay, I've enough people believed in me that I had to put on a good show. So, but before we got started, I wrote something down that I just want to say, just in case anyone needs to bounce or log off before I finish up here. Really quick, I just want to give a big shout out and thank you to those of you that followed me before today. Uh, 16 might not seem like a big number, but honestly, it's more viewers than I thought I'd get for a while. Some of you, some of you are my close friends, and some of you are people that have followed me for a long time. You have all always been so supportive and sweet, and gave me the confidence to do this. So I want to give a big thank you to Bloody King Leo, Rico High Seas, Dream of Serenity, Sugar Riot, Hardly an Arrow, Dragon Girl 86, Tazier Boreal, Azamak, love you brother sister, Undeadly Lee, Steenie Mo, Pixie EXE, Londingo, and of course my amazing partners in crime, Violet Unbirthday and Farragon Art. I'll do another shout out probably at the end in case we get more followers. I actually know there were already a few people that followed me after I wrote this down and I did not have time to add them to the list. But I just want to say, truly, I think everyone's been having a rough go of it. So seeing those little notifications gave me a much needed boost throughout the week. So that has just been yeah, you you all have made me really Really, really happy. I don't know what else to say that. And so yeah, love you too. Yeah. So more than halfway to 25. When I get to 25, the goal is to one, revamp the stream just a little bit. I want to get some nice overlays to make it a little bit more fancy for you all. Give you something good to follow. I'll also probably, as a thank you, uh, turn Vati into a Lullafell for a month and do some videos like that so people can see that big ball of energy running around as a tiny little guy. Just a tiny little guy. And hopefully people will enjoy that. So if you want to see that, and you have friends that haven't already followed or subscribed anywhere, that'll help get you the wee little lad. All right, so without that, let's get into this game. So we're playing today. Don't Eat the Cashier. I heard of this game from a streamer. I believe her name is Hello Yinny. She streams a lot of like dating sims and visual novels and things of that nature. Oh, it's gone, Caddy. Thank you, Caddy. Thank you for the follow and welcome in. Yeah. So where was I? Oh yeah. Uh, so this is an indie game. I believe you can play as a man or a woman now, going by the page. When I first heard about it, it seemed like you could only be a woman. If that's the case, totally fine. It's an indie game. You can get it for free, and or pay what you want. Art looks super cute. Looked super spooky for my favorite season. Hoped it would be a perfect fit. But other than that, I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing about this game other than I think the art is pretty and I like dating creepy things. So I'm hoping this will be fun for us all to enjoy. All right, without further ado, just going to make sure I didn't miss any other people coming in chat. All right, without further ado, let's get started with this game, and maybe I'll have the confidence to do some really shitty voice acting as we go. All right, so let's get started. Start. Okay. Sometimes I really wonder, how did I end up here? Not that I dreamed of a career as a neurosurgeon or an astronaut, but for crying out loud, working at a gas station? On the other hand, money is money. I sent out resumes to every conceivable and inconceivable place, applying for every position where I could somehow use my degree in art. This game better not get relatable on me, or I'm gonna start getting depressed on stream, and nobody needs that. Uh, 0 responses. Yep, already relatable. Damn it. I had to swallow my pride and find at least something. Human organism wanted for work at gas station. I know. Dang. I wouldn't be able to even apply to this job. Ah, shoot. Organism's duties include selling food for mouth, silence and obedience, household tasks. But let's go back to the last one. That I would have never gotten this job. This is already a fantasy. Silence and obedience, household tasks, obeying those who are more ancient. Friendly team offers, new and old faces of friends, long and different life consumption of nourishment, juicy juices, trips to human places. I found this note stuck to the glass of the bus stop. You know what? In this economy, I probably would too. I don't think I'd get it, but I'd try. Food for mouth. Seriously? This guy's got a style of his own. Apparently, the manager is just an eccentric dude. Or is this their new marketing tactic to grab attention? Yeah, marketing's everything. Whatever, people often told me that I have my quirks too, and that's even if they haven't seen my fursuit. Oh, we've got a furry! Yes! Love it. Well, whatever. As long as he's not a complete jerk who will hit on me or make me scrub the floors with a toothbrush. Ah! Can I date the Eldritch Horror? Is that an option? Just exclamation points. Ah! Wait, what is that emote, Aza? Oh, the dog nose! Okay, that took me for some reason I thought the nose was the mouth. Okay, back to this. I didn't scream, I couldn't move. Oh, I misread that. My brain feverishly tried to find any category for this in its database. Hallucination, psychosis, too many energy drinks, a typical middle manager. Hey, I've been a middle manager, and I wish I looked like that. The monster from my nightmares stirred. Its tentacles crept closer to the counter. My god. Ooh. The creature made a sound, not from a mouth, it had none. The sound emanated from deep within its bulk, hollow, profound, bone shaking. I don't know about you, I kind of find him, I think he's kind of cute. Oh! Oventia, thank you for the follow, Oventia, and thank you for joining us. Oh, we've got... Do you have... Oh, and Rando's in the chat. Hey, random player. Okay. Debating on whether I want to do a voice for this guy. I feel like I could do a certain Final Fantasy XIV character from later in the game. Let me see this. And if this is really bad, please don't cringe at me too hard. Greetings, organism. I am Bob, the indescribable and terrifying consumer of worlds. But you, grain of sand, may call me Manager Bob. Yeah, no, I think Manager Bob's a cutie. I know it's supposed to be scary, but I think he's adorable. We have Invader Zim. Is that me? Am I Invader Zim or is Bob Invader Zim? No, 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 no. This isn't real. I'm dreaming. I need to wake up. Yeah, it is a dream. You will sell food for mouths and obey me, for I am ancient. You know what? High school me would have loved to be called Invader Zim, so I'm going to take that as the highest compliment. Memorize the rules of this establishment, for my patience is as limited as the salary I offer you. Even in this netherrealm, I'm still getting paid crap? Damn it. You would think, you know, if you're truly the destroyer of worlds and stuff, you could pay. You know, Bob, you've lost some cuteness points, not gonna lie. I'm also just seeing that there's a gnome in corner, it's reminding me of Zal. I'm gonna have to show that later. Ah! That's rule number 1, you sell, no matter what. Chicken food for the mouth, gremlin fuel, noodles made from the cursed souls. Lottery tickets for extra limb raffles, discount rot, ritual foil, everything must be sold. This sounds like a store that I need to go to. I could get some serious, supplies for my rituals. He does have kind eyes, I think. I mean, at least until he said that he wasn't paying me well. He points directly at me with that creepy, slimy tentacle. Okay, tentacles give him more points back. Oh no, well, hold on, now he looks super cute. Every miserable unit of currency brings me closer to my triumphant exit from this pitiful hole. Oh, he just wants to get home. I pinched myself, but I didn't wake up. Rule number 2, be polite to customers. Ignore bald spots in werewolf fur and watch out for drafts when ectoplasmic energetic entities are in the store. The fact that I did not stumble over the last part, I am proud of myself. What? But don't let them get too bold. Customers are just walking containers for currency, and they should only pay in monetary units. Payment in existential dread or hair of the dead is not accepted. Many of them come here just to chat because they are idle and purposeless organisms. Your task is to make them part with their currency anyway. Okay. It is also your duty to heal organisms if they are injured using special kits. If they die, they can't give away currency. Wait, am I a doctor? Because you made it sound like I'm definitely not making a doctor's salary. Oh, yay, choices. Ah, werewolves. Oh, wait, who we got? Hey, North! Thanks for the follow. Thanks for coming in. We are dealing with a very cute tentacled monster right now. And I have my first options. Okay, so. Ah, werewolves, ectoplasmic entities, and what the hell are you anyway? Hold back. Excuse me, dear sir. You seem to have mentioned werewolves and ectoplasm. I haven't decided yet. Ooh! Oh, and Farah's here too. Yay! Why is it not showing me that on my little user chat thing? Rude. But hey Farah, hey Rydell. Alright, so, I haven't decided yet if I'm playing this game as Vati or as a new fun character just made up for this world. But neither of these would work for, none of these would work for Vati anyway, so I guess I'll go with the less scared route. Excuse me, dear sir, you seem to have mentioned werewolves and ectoplasm? My voice is as polite as possible. I managed to compress my primal screaming panic into a type ball and shove it deep down. This game seems to rely on me not being the monster fucker that I am. Well, werewolves, and that's not to mention that you yourself are a giant meatball with tentacles, damn you. I shall answer your question, curious polite organism. Werewolves and ectoplasmic entities are just a few examples of many insignificant life forms that frequent this establishment. What unites them is that they are all slaves to consumption, just like your kind. As for my nature, I am your immediate supervisor and the guarantor of your future financial prosperity. I'm at a gas station for monsters. I got a job with Cthulhu for minimum wage. He is a big cutie, he is, but he doesn't pay well, which does deduct points. Because I'm just saying, if you are an eater of worlds, you should have some good cash flow. All I'm saying. This is all you need to know. No, I decided what I need to know. That really is all I need to know. I fear any more knowledge it will surely drive me insane. Okay, yeah, no, this game definitely relies on me being less me. So I'm gonna say that I'm probably not gonna play as Vati if it's gonna constantly put him in situations to not be the monster fucker he also is. We really do be slaves to consumption. That be true. That be true. Looks at all the being surrounded by all my models. I have to engage in capitalism because of the hyperfixations. Alright, so no, only I decide what I need to know. Considering that I probably still really need this job, and I can be in that mindset right now, I will go with this one. That really is all I need to know. I fear any more knowledge will surely drive me insane. I can't. That little eye with the little twinkle is just so dang cute. For the first time, something resembling approval flickered across Bob's benny-eyed face. Wait, can I date Bob? There was a little heart there. I saw it. Can I date Bob? Wait, inappropriate workplace relationship. Hostile work environment. Okay. A rare and unexpected display of the grains of wisdom that have not yet left the human species. Embrace your ignorance. Let it become your shield and a direct path to the status of Human Employee of the Month. And what does the Human Employee of the Month get? Do I have to work here for a whole month? No, what do I get? What do I get, Bob? Tell me my prize. A cash bonus of 25 cents. Oh. Man, job desperation really do be a game trope now, huh? It really is. It really is. Yeah. I feel like scholars are gonna have a lot to look back on this time period in terms of media, and they're just gonna be like, wow, these people were really just cooked, huh? Don't say 25 cents in one place. Oh no, I'm gonna buy a whole gumball. I understand that you, human, are already extremely excited about this, but that's not all. You will also have access to the elite manager's restroom for one full work cycle. During its use, there is only a 7% chance that you will be transported to a dimension of endless pain, suffering, and unimaginable torment. Aha. And what is the percent of the normal restroom? That's the first thing he said that has actually bothered me. Oh, I don't think so. No, I have to be an affiliate first. But good news, I am already at 16 followers. So we just need 9 more. Although I guess that number has gone up since I got in here, since you and Caddy joined. So we're getting close. We're getting close. Okay. Oh, you're making me blush. All right, so unimaginable torment. But yeah, only there is a Patreon open for. I didn't talk about that during the stream. I'll talk about that at the end of the stream. I won't bore you with details of a Patreon, but I do have a Patreon for people that like my silly little videos. All right, moving right along. Truly generous. He suddenly places a jar in front of me on the counter. And the last rule, remember, organism. This tip container must be filled with money by the end of your wake cycle. Yeah. Okay. If the bottom of the jar is visible, you clean the sanitary rooms with this object in the dimension of absolute horrors and suffering for 2,510 years. Ha. So not only do I wait, why do you care how much tips I get? Are you taking my tips, Bob? I gotta say, Bob, you're a cutie, but capitalism is not a turn on. It's not even a sport. I don't know how I'd clean with that, North. I don't know what I do. I just scrape things, and I've had to clean little tiny flecks of glass out of tile. I know Bob's way too corporate. You ain't getting nothing from me, sir. I couldn't take my eyes off the fork, the potential tool of my eternal servitude. At this moment, my mind fully capitulated. Yes, I was hired by a multi-eyed cosmic squid. Yes, my clients will be non-humans. Yes, I'm being threatened with a fork and eternal toilet cleaning. How could anyone clean anything with a fork? The same will happen if you even think of escaping before the end of your work contract. My ocular sensorium perceives the sublist of matters. It will detect you in any corner of this pitiful planetary sphere. Crap. I'm stuck here. I'm in a trap. Do you understand, organism? Hold back, yes, sir. Okay, it's giving me the option to be a smartass. Well, I can't not take it. This is the first one that's close to something that I would say. Ah! Organism, you dare use sarcasm? You greatly overestimate your significance, single-brained creature. I warn you, one more joke like this, and the duration of your possible punishment will increase by another millennium, and one prong will disappear from the fork. No! Not a prong! Please, dear God, not a prong! Oh, you know me, Cherry, I always will. And also, hi, Cherry! He gurgles indignantly for a while longer before finally concluding the briefing. Goodbye, organism! Good luck in your currency acquisition and button pressing! Could you show me how exactly do I press the buttons, point at the buttons on the vending machine? Yes, I think you handled this perfectly. I hate to sound dumb, but I'm also like, this is a game, and this is mechanics. I don't want to get frustrated. So show me how to push the buttons. So it looks at my finger, then at the machine, then back at my face. The creature's eyes. A tentacle extends to his body with torturous slowness. Okay, it's not mechanics, it's just... Yeah, I thought, yeah, me too. I thought it was like a tutorial versus a skipped option, but he seems very upset at me for picking. Uh, he seems very upset at me for wanting to ask questions. With the drama of the pianist playing the last tragic note, the tip of the tentacle presses down. Click. Bob waits expectantly. What happens if I say I didn't get it? I'm sorry. I'm such a shit when I play games. The tentacle presses the button again. This time, even twice. How long could I take this? Okay. I want to meet the pretty monsters, so I won't waste all of your time. There's this is the replayability of this game. Farah says, "Do it." Fine. One more time. Didn't get it. It seems like he's about to have an aneurysm from rage, and that's despite not having a circulatory system. The button is pressed repeatedly, the clicks merging into a furious, thundering rhythm of pure anger. It seems like he might explode any moment now. See, this is also my game tester. I always love to test games, see how far they go to break them. What if I press this and he's just like, game over, you're dead? No. I want to see Pretty Monsters today. I'm gonna, like, now I definitely got it. It's fine. It's fine, Bob. It's fine. Try to take care of your head, creature. It's strongly recommended you avoid hitting it against hard surfaces to preserve your remaining intellectual capabilities. Well, I am PaliHimbo. I am I am PaliHimbo. So you know what? This is accurate. I don't know if I can die in this game. Uh, it is like a slightly spooky game, and there are warnings of violence. So you could, but I don't know yet. I literally know nothing other than pretty monsters. Okay. This concludes the briefing. Remain as polite an organism as you are. And no more inappropriate jokes. He didn't turn around as a human would. His tentacles simply shifted his entire mass in another direction with a soft gurgling sound, and he waddled across the linoleum. Finally, he left me alone. The silence at the gas station was broken only by the hum of refrigerators containing juicy juices and the buzzing of the neon lamp above my head. No squelch. No squelch for you. I stood in the same I stood in the same spot as if rooted. Actually, I'm gonna put this right down here so I can see better. Okay. Stood in the same spot as if rooted to the ground. My breath returned to me in a sharp, uneven gasp. My hands were shaking. The tip jar, which I need to fill to avoid ending up in a dimension of ancient horrors, still stood proudly on the counter. Okay, so what just happened? Option 1, I've gone insane. That's the most logical conclusion. Prolonged stress from job hunting, malnutrition, nerves, anxiety, a disrupted sleep schedule. My brain just malfunctioned. Yes, that's it. I'm going to wake up on my couch in my dingy rented apartment. I pinched myself again, and nothing. I scanned the room once more. It smelled of gasoline and old coffee. It was still absurdly real. And that meant everything he said. It was all true. Werewolves, vampires, tips, the fork. A hysterical mix of laughter and a scream of terror welled up in my throat, but I held it back. I need to get through this. I needed to. Ah! Oh no, don't tell me that's the first customer. Bells? What the hell? This is the guy I sent this game to Goth Jock for. Anybody that knows Goth Jock knows they fucking love clowns. Oh, back into care. Shit! Where the hell did this clown come from? It took great effort not to. Yeah, no, absolutely. Total goth child coded. It took great effort not to look away from those red eyes burning in the pitch black darkness. Is he amused? Is he wondering if I'm tasty? Bob didn't exactly give any guarantees that I wouldn't get devoured at work. My brain, still recovering from the encounter with Bob, was frantically trying to figure out how to break this ringing silence. You can't just appear with the sound of a creepy piano, sir. Isn't it strange that I work at a gas station for a couple of bucks, yet you are the one who wears the jester's hat? Good evening, sir. What would you like to purchase? Please don't eat me. I'm just a miserable, tasteless cashier. Well, I'm gonna choose to be a professional, because, I need tips. And honestly, not the weirdest person I've seen walk into a convenience store. So, good evening, sir. What would you like to purchase? Oh, you know what? He's kind of a cutie. Purchase. Purchase. I don't know what kind of guy voice this guy needs. I would like to purchase your attention. I suppose that's 3. It's sort of included in the service package. I suppose it's free, make a wink, but only for you, sir. Oh, I can just get flirty right off the bat. You're lucky, esteemed sir. My attention is on sale today. I'm not sure that's on the sales list. However, there's plenty of other things. What would you like to purchase? Okay. I feel like it's a little too early to be flirty. I suppose that's free. It's included in the package. You're lucky, esteemed sir. My attention is on sale today. I'll go with this. I suppose that's free. It's sort of included in the service package. I didn't decide whether I'm playing as Vati today. I'm dipping my toes in. I'm dipping my toes in. Also, for real, I do know that there's a shy character in here somewhere, and anybody knows me that's my type. But so for now, I'll just go over this one. My dear, what a charmingly naive idea. Nothing of value is truly free. Well then, give me a tip. Especially when it comes to such a beautiful, modest lady. Okay, I guess I do have to play. I was hoping it would give me the option, because there said 2 body types on the site, but maybe I downloaded this before that option was added. Modest lady. However, I'm not one of those who think modesty befits anyone. I believe it needs to be fit on, like trousers, which is my least favorite piece of clothing. This guy is just going in hard. Let's consider it a special gift for a special client. Judging by the look in your eyes, you're first. I don't even know what's better. This guy as my first customer, or an exoplasmic entity, or ectoplasmic, plasmatic, plasma. My God, another crazy person with a strange way of speaking. And it seems he's in the mood for a chat. So, what is a beautiful lady like you doing in such a dreadful, dirty island of misfortune? Or rather, what is a place like this doing with such a beautiful lady as you? Wow. Oh wait, where are my manners? I suppose I must introduce myself. I have many names, most of which are not fit to be spoken in the company of a lovely lady. The nicest I've heard is the Mad King. A title I plan to pass from me to myself for the coming centuries. So, Immortal Clown. However, my mortal mother named me Deerin. Deerin the Jester. Now, may I have your hand? Offer hand. Sorry, my mother told me not to offer my hand to strangers or any other parts of me, sir. Oh, your highness. Now I'll give him my hand. Maybe we'll give me a palm reading. Ah! That's the jump scare itself. He suddenly bows his head and presses his lips to my knuckles. Meeting you is truly a pleasure. His lips are cold, yet a ghostly warmth spreads across my skin. So here I am dealing with a real gentleman. How lovely. Or king, as he calls himself. Hand kiss jump scare. I was expecting like a palm reading or something like this. I guess I should have known with this being a romance visual novel. But it also came with that really loud jingle. Of all the kings and emperors locked in their soft chambers, this one has probably found a way to escape. May I know your name? I don't immediately realize he's asking me a question, still in the days from that gentlemanly kiss. My name is Diana. I am also a queen, the queen of the gas station. My name is Diana, sir. I've used my true name. Demons always do terrible things with them. Now that one's a me answer. My name is Diana, but my friends call me Big D. Or they would, if I had any. Oh, that one's kind of funny. Let's see. My name is Diana. I'm also queen of the gas station. I'll go with this one. It's kind of funny and snarky, but in a way that I don't think will get me in trouble. Oh, he liked that. A queen, your majesty. Forgive my outrageous ignorance. I did not recognize the sovereign of this noble kingdom of oil and discounted juicy drinks. You are a queen with a wonderful sense of humor, as am I. There's nothing better for subjects than rulers who appreciate a good joke. I do agree with that. Humor is the medicine for the soul. It's the only reason I have not gone entirely insane. Many people believe that absolute power makes a ruler's sense of humor more sadistic. But as far as I'm concerned, they just never had a good, entertaining time impaling people. Oh! Hold on. Hold on, what was that, Jiren? I humbly bow before you, your majesty of the midnight shift. Sorry I didn't send envoys ahead. Apologies not accepted. You'll have to be escorted out of my kingdom. I grant you my royal pardon. I wish to vassalize you about our selection. I grant you my royal pardon. I'm going to continue this banter. A pardon from the lips of the queen herself. How my wounded soul rejoices. I'm redeemed, reborn in the light of your mercy. This act of mercy will be sung by the poets of my realm, those who can still rhyme rather than just wallow in alcoholic oblivion. You know, my company has an especially interesting effect on the artistic types, as I've discovered. Nothing surprising there. It seems I've gone mad myself, or halfway there. Maybe it happened around on the time I decided to become an artist. Can you tell this game was made by by struggling artists in school? Because I think you can. And I feel for them. I really do. I'm indeed exchanging silly jokes with some mysterious, toothy entity as if it's nothing. An entity that kisses my hand. Maybe I just adapt to this new profession really quickly? Or perhaps I had a stash of nerves of steel in a bag. I can't shake the feeling, though, that this clown is about to explode himself, or blow me up. I feel like my brain is turning to jelly. And I don't understand when we will finally get to the point. Actually, it's not all bad. Wait, what am I even responding to? That was a whole diatribe. Actually, it's not all that bad. I'll be an optimist from time to time. Maybe I've just been spoiled by all those mangas about sinister and tragic monsters. Though the only tragic thing about this client so far is his tragic unwillingness to buy my discount rot. So, let's finally get to the purpose of my visit. Finally. It's completely unknown to me. No! Oh, for crying out loud! There's nothing interesting in this assortment of this pathetic shack except for you, so I'm buying your time. That's $5 in the tip jar. Go on. Hand it over. Let's have dinner. I'm sure you must be hungry. That's so quick. Oh no. Allow me to create a more pleasant atmosphere for us. Well, I'm shivering from gusts of icy wind. He just teleported half of my gas station to a radioactive dump, or a radioactive dump to my gas station. That was so sudden! And the jar is gone! My freaking jar! Not the jar! I need that! He's gonna make me clean with a fork! No, this is not how you get my affections, Darren. No. Give me back my jar. Put it back the way it was, and the jar. Looks like my rental apartment, but it seems to smell less now. What a wonderful place for dinner. Radioactive cockroaches on the vendor. Praise the goat mother. Oh no! The tips! I need the tips. Oh, Lord. I don't think he's going to like it, but I do feel like I am very attached to this jar more than I am him right now. I need those. So, put it back the way it was. And the jar. You really don't like change, do you? But life is ever-changing. Life is not a stone, my dear. Life is water. But since you don't like this current, so be it. Let me find us something less populated with mutants. I can't go long without familiar landscapes. Already ruined lands make me melancholic because all the fun has happened without me. Disgusting. Well, then you date him, Farah. Allow me. Okay, I don't hate this. This is more my speed. This is something seemingly less radioactive. Amazingly, I haven't thrown up yet. It feels like I've been flushed twice through an interdimensional toilet. Huh. I clear my throat. Seems like I'm sitting at a table. Much better, wouldn't you agree? Couldn't be better. This is still my store. Bob will kill me. It's beautiful here and strange. Is this your home? I'm further up. Maybe. I still don't know how I feel about this guy yet. So I'll just like, well, because it is better. Well, maybe. I adore your decisiveness and drive. I don't think you like that. I'm slowly getting used to the landscape. The fireflies here are quite charming, but it'd be better without that frog with a human face. That guy, that's true. Why does that frog have a nose? That's now that that's been pointed out to me, that is rather odd. The frog notices me too. Oh, hi, Mr. Frog. It lets out a sad croak and then looks at me with an expression of deep existential despair. Oh, say nothing about the frog with the human face. Point at the frog with the human face. Who is that? I want to know about the frog. Murder songs painting animal vibes. Yeah, no, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Who is that? That's Lorai, one of the brave souls who dared to challenge my authority. My dear friend who once walked the path of adventure. However, he didn't foresee the possibility of being turned into a frog on a whim. He even tried to wield a sword with his tiny froggy legs. Fought to the end, a true warrior. So wait, he fought back after he'd been turned into a frog, but then what brought him to be a frog? Now, however, his foes are mosquitoes and bigger frogs. Tell me, dear, does he bother you? This little existential froggy crisis, I mean? Is it ruining the ambiance? He looks at me with an interested expression. Hold on, I don't want to make a decision yet. What exactly did Laura do? Yes, please disintegrate him. Can you remove him gently? He's suffering up. I don't mind Lorelai. No, I want him to watch. I could be a fucking freak. I want to know what he did. I'm curious. What exactly did Lorai do? What did this walking sack of manure do besides trying to kill me? Well, you said he tried to kill you after he turned him into a frog. Oh, plenty. He swung a sword blazing with righteous fury or some such nonsense. He dared to come to my home, a world born of my shattered mind, and dictate what the natural order should be. Such an audacious foul creature. Oh, so he tried to play HOA. I get that. Okay. He made such repulsive noises, clanking, grumbling, shouting, praying, threatening, moralizing. The last part was the hardest to ignore. I agree with that, actually. I don't know that I turned someone into a frog. I also don't know what I do with those abilities. But I don't like people coming into my place and telling me how to live, so I can understand that. But as it turns out, holiness doesn't prevent frogification or cherification. I found various uses for Lorai over the years of our friendship. I am a liar. I don't know that I turn him into a frog. It depends on how much, like exactly what he was doing. Was he just saying you need to clean up, or was he saying, like, you need to stop being so fucking weird? Cause the first one, I mean, sometimes I do need to clean. I probably do. Okay. Oh, the fall of the great Lorai, the funniest Tuesday of this century. A Tuesday filled with pomp, irony, and croaking. Maybe you could break the spell. Perhaps he's learned his lesson. Alright, I guess I'd also turn someone who tried to kill me into a frog. Got it. I mean, trying to kill me, yes. If they didn't have a good reason, yes. And it sounds like he came into your house and started telling you what to do, so yeah, no, I'm all for it. Ha! Exactly, my dear. You see and understand. It's simple cause and effect, action and reaction. He who comes to me with a sword shall leave as a frog. That's how it went, right? Oh, you truly are a kindred spirit, Diana. I knew there was a delightful darkness behind those beautiful eyes. He looks at me with an interested expression. Yes, please disintegrate him. Can you remove him gently? He suffered him. I don't mind Lorai. I don't mind Lorai. No, I want him to watch. I don't know that I want him disintegrated. I'm going to be like this, or... you know what? Fuck it. Let's be a fucking freak. Watch life passing by. See us enjoy a dinner of more than just mosquitoes and swamp water. My dear, you're a treasure trove of delightfully dark little surprises. So, dinner. I'm sure you must be starving. I want my tip jar back, man! Traveling between realities must be exhausting. This looks strange, but it smells delicious. Meat with honey? And next to meat, a purple soup, possibly made from a less fortunate cashier. Whether the food is poison or not, if I refuse, his eyes might turn me into a frog too, so I pick up a fork from the table. And this is the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. Oh no, this game gonna make me hungry. It's 100 times better than these cheap instant noodles I usually buy in supermarkets. Even the fact that I'm currently in some other universe surprisingly doesn't seem to harm my appetite. It seems you enjoy our cuisine. My chefs have always managed to cook well, on those occasions when I noticed it. I assure you, you won't regret this dinner, at least not for the first half hour after the meal. Yes, thank you. You are very kind. This is the best purple goo in my miserable life as a miserable cashier. Why are you doing all this? The dinner, the teleports, all that. Thank you for the food on my plate, not staring back at me. No, don't say that! Don't say that, Leo! Ah, no! Now that you said that, you're probably right! No! I don't like the Fae! No! Okay, let's get the hell out of here then. Nope, you said it, you're probably right. I want out! I want out! What? I'll just be like, why are you doing all this? No, less. Why are you doing all this? The dinner, the teleports, all that. I like information. Why? He likes me asking questions. Why? What a delightfully pointless question, even by my standards. I do it because I can. I do it because the alternative is crushing, gray, predictable boredom. Boredom, boredom, boredom. I brought you here, Diana, because for the first time in a very long time, you are not boring. Because you fear me less than my subjects do, and you can hold a meaningful, albeit questionable, conversation, unlike my subjects. Ugh, I even almost did the whole thing where I said I don't give out my name. I should have done that. Oh my god. I'm gonna get taken to the Fey realm. Oh man, I already failed. Believe me, when your interlocutor's mind is as sturdy as wet paper, all the joy of conversation quickly evaporates. Oh, thank you, Dareth Fenikusu, for the follow. Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Maybe it's because you keep turning them into animals? Stay silent. I mean, no, that would do it. I hope, and he seemed to like it when I'm snarky, so I'm like, maybe because you keep turning them into animals, my guy. That's exactly what I mean, my dear. What an amazingly insightful observation. You are a thorn in my sinful side. However, it's only a punishment for the most audacious ones. A ruler, both god and monster, but no one ever wants to see the other side. And that's truly a pity. What if it's as good as the first side? or conversely terrifying? It would be so exciting to find out. I poke at the food with my fork and watch the peculiar scenery from the corner of my eye. A silence hangs between us that we might even be called cozy, were I under heavy narcotics. What's your favorite animal? Don't ask silly questions. Return to eating. No, I mean, I want to find more information out. There's no point in just, playing and not trying to learn about these characters. Never played this game before. Oh, he's very sus. He turned somebody into a. If you're just joining us, he's turned. This is actually a person that he turned into a frog, and uh he mentioned a lot of murder when we first spoke, very casually, but he has treated me to a nice dinner. So as long as he tips me, I'll call him cool. For now. I know I gave I am the first for those of you who don't know me in real life, I'm the first to tell people don't fuck with the Fae. And I have somehow immediately found myself in a Fae trap. I will never recover from this shame. So, Darren, what is your favorite animal? Glad you asked. It's right here on our plate. Just kidding, but I do need some time to think. Let's see. The riding flea has its own charms, very disgusting ones. Carnivorous butterflies are beautiful, but they're dumb and noisy. And as we know, only what's empty inside makes a noise. Or what's in my head. It's always ringing. I think it's a dog. It loves its owner with all its heart, whether they're a saint or a serial killer, and doesn't notice the difference. Oh, that actually kind of endears me to him a little bit. Clearly, he wants affection. I'm noticing my graph. Oh, I'll fix it later. Whether they're a saint or a serial killer, and doesn't know the difference. It lives in a constant joyful state of blissful ignorance and misplaced enthusiasm. A creature that finds endless joy in the utterly meaningless. It's truly inspiring. Dogs are the jesters of the animal world, and I adore them for it. That is one of the reasons I let myself like dogs. Not necessarily put like that, but the fact that they're just so giving with love. It's the same. It's the exact opposite reason that I love cats. So, dogs will love everybody. Cats, you gotta earn their love, and I think both make a good pet. But yeah, no, dogs are great. Especially the small, wrinkly ones. Oh, you like pugs? Pugs are cute. And what about you? To them, cats. To them, we're probably jesters. I'll go with that because I do enjoy cats, and I've been recently told that that I have cat energy apparently. So I'll go with cats. Oh, indeed. They are the true rulers of this reality, tiny furry gods of apathy and disdain, and we are their obedient, foolish caretakers. But I've been lucky enough to escape their tyranny and instead enjoy my own, and feed those around me. I return to my meal, and just as I chew another bite, I hear His Highness's voice. By the way, how does the meat taste? I'm about to find out this is a person that I'm eating. Is the human flesh tender enough? I knew it! Oh, damn it! You know what? I knew it, and I'm not shocked. And I'm also not entire. Like, it's a horror game. Who am I eating, though? My fork freezes halfway. Vomit. Why the hell is there human flesh on my plate? Swallow with difficulty. Yes, thank you, quite tender. Not as tasty as the one I had the day before yesterday. Too well looking him in the eye. You're the law here. My instinct here is actually this one because I think I get out of here by being leave it to Pali to come ahead. Cannibal. Look, I don't know how I always find myself in these situations when I play games. But the fact that this is not this is the second time in less than a month, should I be concerned? But I played Peak with some people later, and I quite quickly got the cannibal achievement. So I feel like this is oh, but this is kind of rude. Then I'm saying Sif wasn't tasty. I'm Dareth, you should you on it you. It was the actually it was the first run. It was the first one, and Dareth, I I have no defense for myself other than I like trying new things, and if you give me a funny button to press, I will press it. So, not as sorry, Sif, you were actually delicious, but for the power grab. Oh wait, no, wait, I'm misreading this. Not as tasty. No, I'm saying Sif was more delicious. Okay, no, I have no qualms with this incident. Not as tasty as Sif. I had them the other day. Chew while looking him in the eye. Hear the law here. I managed to shock the Fey Lord! Yes! I count that as a win! I meet his gaze slowly with all authority, place a piece of meat in my mouth and begin to chew without breaking eye contact. I can't remember ever seeing someone so shocked in my life. His mad grin vanishes, his eyes widen, and his own fork freezes halfway to his mouth. For one precious, glorious, sweet moment, the Lord of Chaos is completely and utterly baffled. My dear, you are a true treasure. Oh no, I think he's fallen in love with me. You didn't just call my bluff, you raised the stakes to the sky. No, it's certainly not human. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed. This is a horror game. Where's my human meal? It's just venison. As far as I can tell by taste, not very intelligent. It's definitely not Timmy, our carpenter, who unexpectedly disappeared near the large kitchen cauldron, perfectly sized to fit in it. Definitely not. Okay, you're being a cannibal tease. Either own it, or don't. I personally issued several decrees related to cannibalism, perhaps even concerning its prohibition, but that's beside the point. Perhaps even considering its prohibition. It's definitely not poor Timmy. Not all. No, I didn't just eat poor Timmy. Not at all. We just want to eat people in this house. Look, I have always, here's the thing, and I'm gonna get real honest with the chat today. I would never eat human. But if there was the opportunity to taste it and without someone having to had died, is anybody else just curious? I'm gonna get myself canceled. I won't eat people. I swear. Perhaps concerning his provision, but that's the point. But that's beside the point. I see here. Don't cross your heart. Okay, thank you. I was worried I just said something that was too far for the chat, but thank you, Leo. And Riddle, you, dear to a troll, does first it was a joke. It was a joke. And don't you cross your arms at me. The only reason you haven't eaten anybody in peak yet is because the option has not presented itself to you. I know you want the little boo-boo smile. I rarely have visitors and like to tell you about other interesting guests. After all, it's the most fascinating thing I can share with you. For a place where mushrooms with eyes grow, it can be incredibly dull here. Shadows in the clearing thicken and stir. They detach from the gnarled trees and rising up from the ground like black ink and spread across the wall. Dancing and intertwining, they prepare to perform at their master's whim. Behold this incredibly crooked castle, my dear. Crooked to the point of absurdity, sadly. In reality, its curves look far more aesthetic, but give the creator some leeway for expressiveness. Many brave and not-so-brave souls have tried to conquer this terrifying, dark, eerie, crooked castle. So many that it became even more crooked. You see, the dreadful monster living there never liked being distracted from its important duties. Terribly important duties, like having long, deep conversation with his own reflection or concocting recipes with raisins. Ow, what a terrifying monster. So far, the scariest thing in this story is the presence of raisins. I don't like raisins. I'm gonna listen. I'm learning to listen. No, I don't like raisins. I don't like the texture. I'll eat them in cookies, but you're never gonna find me eating them on their own. The monster was a tyrant, a menace. He sowed chaos and disorder, mostly on purpose. He had countless opportunities for creativity and wasn't afraid to use them. No, not the call out post. Wait. I'm sorry. I have backstory with grapes. He made some people believe they were pigeons and others that they were grains. Okay, now he's starting to hit on Dionysus vibe, which Dionysus is my patron, so I'm kind of like feeling it a bit. He wouldn't allow his best servants to have windows, fearing that the moon and both suns would get envious and want to take them away, and he demanded they seal the gaps in the doors well. He locked wizards who came to him for magical gifts in a giant laboratory and promised them power if they invented a kettle that could boil everything except water. Did they eventually invent the kettle? Who won the pigeons and the grains? Who won? The pigeons and the grains. I want to know. My lovely lady, it wasn't a war, but rather a true paranoid masterpiece. A ballet of survival. For a glorious week, my ballroom was the stage for a feathered, cooing apocalypse. Pigeons flocked into huge, proud groups, occupying high places on chandeliers and bookshelves. Grains learned to hide under rugs, pretend to be lifeless, and attack only when the pigeon turned away. There were alliances, betrayal, a seed that fell in love with the pigeon. Nothing topped this story that year, nor was anything worse. But I digress. But behold, a ray of light in the Dark Kingdom. The first hero, Sir Loray, the righteous in all his clanging, self-important glory. He took a knee to rest briefly because the weight of his righteousness was bad for the health of his poor back. Following the rumors spread by the same monster, he fought his way through the monster's loyal subjects too. By the way, where did he even find in them? Most of my subjects are too busy contemplating the color of suspenders for their suspenders or lamenting their fate. I cherish them in their imperfection. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They were probably the most restless of them. Every story needs minions. In any case, our hero descended into the Grotto of Despair. The Grotto of Tentacles? Imagine the most sinister name you can conjure. Bob! The Grotto of My Parents Disappointed in Me. The Grotto of Kidney Stones. The Grotto of Despair sounds about right. I'm already counting black sheep. You know what? Never had them, but they sound like a bitch. The Grotto of Kidney Stones. The dreadful, imperfect human body. The worst affliction is having them in your kidneys. What a joy that now I can choose how many I have. I prefer a negative number. But let's not get sidetracked. Into the Grotto of Kidney Stones, our hero descended to retrieve an artifact capable of defeating the Monster King. The Ring of Incredible Power. A bit shoddily crafted, but I assure you, it looks more aesthetic in real life. It's got a smiley face! However, the brave knight didn't know that the incredible power of the ring lay in its 440 pounds of weight. That was its only magical property. The only incredible thing about this ring was its incredible stupidity and uselessness. The realization that he had spent weeks of his life on a divinely heavy paperweight, and the sudden crushing thought that he should have become a baker instead of a hero, just to get some sleep. Well, it broke his poor noble mind. Not that his mind was ever intended for serious burdens. He is just reading the Sir Loray for filth. No, the knight! Yes, to hell with you, knight. Nod meaningfully, waiting for him to continue. He'd like this answer, and I wouldn't like this answer. No, I need not. Sorry, my brain instantly was just like, how do I get this man to like me? Because I am a people pleaser. But instead, I'm just gonna nod meaningfully, waiting for him to continue. So, the knight perished. But then along came Elmer Eagle Eye. They say he earned his nickname by escaping from an enemy fortress. On the third day of his captivity, he noticed that his prison cell was lacking the fourth wall. An archer of legendary skill who tried to kill me with a precise shot, constantly, during breakfast, while bathing, at balls, during sleep, and even while I was devising a plan to get rid of him. The audacity! How dare he! That's so rude. I hate just killing them. Turning them into madmen is much more fun. And I bestowed a little curse upon the elf as well. I made it so that every time he drew his bowstring, he'd hear the most annoying melody to his ears. Get in the zone, auto zone. That's the only one that comes to mind. Elmer was a terrible racist. Oh, well then, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy, I'm all in for this. Fuck him. He hated dwarves, so naturally the melody became the national anthem of the dwarves, played in loop by a bagpipe orchestra. The pure rage it provoked derailed his aim every time. Good! Deserved it! What did the dwarves ever do to you, man? Eventually, he stormed the castle, dropped his bow, and begged for a job at my court in exchange for changing the song to anything else. He was desperate, and I was a villain. Everything aligned incredibly well. Oh, hi, Allie! Oh, I'm so sorry it took a little while to get here, but I'm glad you're here now. I hope everything's loading and okay for everybody. If anything comes up or my audio gets weird, just let me know. I don't trust my internet. Anyways, back to torturing a racist. Now, he's my royal huntsman. The dwarf march is replaced with a lively elven sea shanty, and let no one dare accuse me of being callous and heartless. Now he has a salary, good food, clothing, entertainment, and a full guarantee of non-dismemberment. But you hired a racist? I don't know, Deeren. That's a little sus. You missed the opportunity to change his dwarf national emblem to dwarf serenades. Happy ending, right? I gotta go with this one because I want to torture this guy more. Diana, where were you before? Horse odes and comparisons to lungs, stalactites, endless rhymed verses about the shine of a beloved's beard. Thank you for the follow, Mieli! It's a refined, devilish thing. Why didn't I think of it myself? To torment man not with the sounds of war and patriotism, but with the clumsy, heartfelt caterwauling of a species he despises, turning a love song into an instrument of pure, heart-wrenching agony. Brilliant! Well, I'll steal your idea for the future. Only is it on racists, though. And finally, the witch, in a classic giant hat, under which you could easily fit another witch. She tried a different approach, seduction. She attempted to charm me, to gain my trust, to become my spouse, a fatal miscalculation. She didn't consider the fact that I never trusted big hats, or people, especially when both come hand in hand. And those who wear suspenders and a belt at the same time, a person who doesn't even trust their own pants certainly doesn't earn the trust of His Highness. Then again, I don't trust His Highness either. I don't trust myself, especially the left side of my brain, especially on Thursdays. But back to hats! I hate big hats too. I adore big hats. Hats don't evoke any particular feelings in me. Hats don't. Wear a hat. Don't wear a hat. It's chill. I guess I don't typically wear hats, but I do need big... I'm getting too in the weeds. Okay. No love, no hate, not even mild annoyance. Really? I suggest you quickly develop a strong opinion about them. They say it's a highly entertaining hobby, and useless, like any good hobby. Meanwhile, the witch was quite overt in her murderous intentions, jingling with all her concealed weapons. Why does a witch need so many hidden blades? She must have been very bad at witchery. In any case, she now resides in my dungeon. And you see, I haven't decided what to do with her yet.
What is it with the squinty eyes? I just think he's so cute now. I want to boop his nose.
Her fate is a blank slate, a story yet to be written. So I offer you the pen. I simply adore random choices. Give me yours, Dana. What punishment befits her? What? Does he really want me to decide what to do with a real person? Can I even save her? And does it matter what I choose? Everything here follows anyway. But as long as I play the circus monkey, I have a chance to get out of here alive. Maybe I should just entertain him? Damn, what should I do? I think the crazy thing would be to spare her. No one would expect that. Turn her into a hat. A small one. I refuse to decide her fate. Definitely not this one. Here's the thing. This guy is... Did my chat just censor Aza? No, I thought I made it so people could curse in here. I'm gonna have to fix that later. Who are we turning into a small hat? There's a witch who attacked him. He hasn't decided what to do. And he's given me the option to decide. And I am trying to think. Do I want to go, let's turn her into a small hat? It is kind of funny, but I'm also like, I mean, I'm assuming you said shitty? I don't know. I don't know what you said. I want to interact. I think the crazy thing... Here's the thing. I like being an agent of chaos. And I think this guy does too. This one... I don't know. I'm feeling this. Also, as a fellow witch, I feel like I must... Witch code. A quiet chuckle escapes his lips. Using mercy as a weapon of chaos, are we? He liked that! I knew it! To give her not out of kindness, but because it's the most illogical, unpredictable, and therefore maddening thing. She'll spend her life waiting for me to change my mind, waiting for me to jump out from behind a tree and send her back to the dungeon. Wonderful, such an incredible psychological torment. So be it. Well, at least she'll be alive. Something's missing from this tale. You never told me about the monster itself. I suppose that's the end. I want to know about the monster!
Tell me about the monster!
Dear, who cares about these monsters anyway? I do. If monsters are the muck, then I'm the pig, you see?
I want to know!
How eloquent. Alright. I must admit, this will be my first performance like this. Darren sounds a bit bewildered, it seems. Allow me to just toss my mind up and see how it lands. You see, the monster was originally much more modest and less majestic. But we all have to start somewhere, right? Then my head suddenly became a bit crowded. First whispers, then arguments, then full-fledged discussions that had to be participated in, and involved inanimate objects. Guests in ajar doors, closets, even in cookie jars. Speaking of jars, where's my jar? Every container a potential foe, and I was surrounded by containers. To be fair, sometimes sometimes they told funny stories. But why was I afflicted with this curse? Pondering it drives me mad. Even more so. It seems the question is meant for me. Were you cursed for arrogance, greed? Did you touch a cursed artifact? Maybe some ring of yours? Does your family have anything in common with the Habsburgers? This one's funny, but I'll go with... Did you touch a cursed artifact? Dear, I'm afraid you're confused cause and effect. It's I who drives rings mad, not the other way around. Any poor, innocent artifact I happen to touch might start screaming uncontrollably or trying to ask those around it about the meaning of their lives. No, I'm afraid it's a bit more banal. It's all about rotten blood. Too pure, I beg your pardon. My great-grandfather issued a decree forbidding death from old age, and a distant aunt believed a colony of sentient mold was living in her walls, claiming her inheritance. But I always thought that I would be spared this fate. Had to be temporarily isolated. To avoid embarrassing guests at royal balls, with the young prince pointing at noble lords and saying, "Ha-ha, the gnomes finally got out from under my bed." What a misfortune for the entire family, except for those in line for the throne before me. My death would have solved many problems for my family, and indeed many of my own problems too. I made a decision. We made it, to be precise. There was already a whole council of us by then. I know, I'm supposed to be at a corner store and I'm learning like this whole crazy Fae kingdom lore. But I don't hate it, it's very unique. However, Chaos had other plans. A god, a goddess, a cosmic clerical era. I don't know. Something ancient and terribly bored found itself a new source of entertainment. It offered me a throne, my own corner of reality to rule, where the fragments of my mind would become the laws of the land. No more restrictions or pence for my subjects if I wished. What about no shirts? I'm particularly against shirts. My subjects at first they disagreed, but then they came to terms, or their minds changed to fit the new realities. And here I am. A dramatic silence ensues. Perhaps I am the first being to hear this story in centuries of his existence. I must choose my next words carefully. Will you give me a tip? I really sympathize with you and your multiple personalities. So you're still in a cage? It must be rather lonely here. Shake it. How can you just lock a family member in a tower? It's unthinkable. Thank you for the story. Give tip. Yeah, I'm gonna like... So, money? Darren laughs. Of course, and it won't even be someone's innards. It'll be lots of crisp paper dollars. Ah, how I love the sound of things crunching. But again, no innards. The shadows finally dissolved into nothingness. I just saved someone from a tearing fate at the hands of a madman. I feel a certain pride. It will be a pleasant addition to the horror I felt for the past hour. It actually has been about an hour that we've been doing this. I'm afraid royal duties await me. Our time is up. I shall send you back, Diana. I rise from the chair. I squeeze my eyes shut. Where's my jar? Give it back! The light is blinding even with my eyes closed. So unusual after all this darkness. Striking! The jar is full of money! It was all worth it. Yay! I'm not gonna have to clean a bathroom with a fork! Awesome. Greetings, organism! How is your work progressing? I haven't left and been on a date with a Fey Lord. I see the first transaction was successful. Acceptable. This still doesn't save you from the threat of cleaning sanitary facilities, but it's a wonderful starting point for your entire tiny life. Oh, I need more! Damn it. The very first client sent me to another dimension and nearly turned me into a catch wizard. Work is going well, sir. Can I quit? I'm not telling him that I left, because that was against the rules. So, work is going well, sir. Excellent. Maintain this level of productivity. The horrors of capitalism. Yeah. Damn, how in even a game I can't get off this ride. You may be rewarded with an additional 5-minute feeding break for if you can find food. Rejoice in my generosity. Food! Continue working. Oh, I thought I was getting a break. Liar! Tease! I'm experiencing a positive emotional reaction. I am proud of you, and I will even be prouder if you acquire even more currency. For your tactic of justing carefree organism is clearly paying off. Goodbye, Mr. Manager. Your technicals shine particularly beautifully at this time of day. Goodbye, Mr. Manager. I'm gonna give him a little compliment because you know what? I feel like he can grow and learn. Oh, he's blushing! Look at him! Oh my god! No, I can't be falling for a capitalist. This is the worst. I will date a monster. I will not date a capitalist. No, I've got to control myself. Your comment regarding the shut of my appendages is noted, organism. The secret is a meticulous regime of polishing them with void bibok slime. Goodbye! The suction cup sound is interesting. He slaps across the floor to his office. As soon as Bob's rhythmic wet slap fade away, a deep silence descends on the station. One moment I'm in a surreal forest, dining on purple goo with a mad god. The next moment I'm being praised by a multi-eyed tentacled monster. So my take on Deeren, for my own personal records of things, I like him a lot. He is definitely a character that I enjoy. I want to see the rest of the characters. Sorry, Bob, your first stocks is unfortunately unappealing. It really I just want to be a capitalist. But yeah, no. Diren definitely gives chaotic. I mean, he's a chaotic god. I love chaos gods. Anytime I am in the opportunity to pick a chaos god, I do, including in real life. So I dig him. I dig him. A little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed that he didn't just fucking own up to the cannibalism though. Just you know what? Be proud of who you are. A cannibal. Okay. I love a good chaos god. But I also I want to see what the rest of this game has to offer. Who knows? Maybe I will seduce a chaos god. That is the ultimate sugar daddy. So, you know, maybe these are all just my deathbed hallucinations. And going insane, some part of me enjoys these mad adventures. God, give me back my bills, my noodles, my arguments with strangers. Wait, do I not have to pay bills in this universe? Fuck no! I'm staying here forever! I'm going insane. Some part of me enjoys these mad adventures. I would. I would. I mean, I'd like to think I would. I'm an adrenaline junkie. Disgusting. Now I have to deal with that too. In the midst of my contemplation, terrifying sounds emanate from my boss's office. Oh no, what are you doing in there? Unfair bills, unacceptably large numbers. Oh no, he's even got money issues. Okay, maybe I. Well, no, I still think he should be paying me more. Of course, what else could upset him so much if not that? Steps. Another visitor. This one decided to come in through the door for a change. He seems unwell. I hope he doesn't knock over my shelves of shampoo with jojoba oil and delicate lilies on his way. I'm out of jojoba oil. I need some more. Ha! Hello? Sorry, no, I'm gonna take a moment. I'm gonna take a moment to appreciate the blood, the seemingly exposed teeth. Ah! Okay, well, it's the first day. I guess I can wait for third day, but no, like this. See, this is my like. The other guy is my personality. This is my fucking aesthetic. I love me some exposed teeth. If I ever like get to the point where I can get a fun little model made, uh, Vati will probably he might have exposed teeth because I might be going for more demonic form, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, no, slightly undead. Also, I love a black moto. I have my own whenever I get the chance to wear it. I have never seen without it. Don't make him hotter. Oh, you don't even know. There's a whole Vati has like several different AUs, and one of them is incredibly demonic, and I kind of want to lean into that for a little bit of fun at some point. But yeah, no, this guy, I'm feeling this guy right out of the gate. Let's see if he has a personality to match though. Uh, he's not just unwell; he looks like hell. Literally, all the skin on the left side is torn off from his jaw to his temple. There used to be one that was basically Aaron Titan teeth for raw one. There used to be one a mod or a face that would be pretty sick. I do not think Final Fantasy 14 Vati has exposed teeth. Um, but that's really fucking cool, and I need to look into that because that sounds pretty sick. He has his big gnashers. He's got his spiky teeth. All right, let's see. Let's get into this and see if this guy's got a personality to match the wonderful image. Uh, he's not just unwell. Okay, so all this going on the left side of his teeth. Oh, and I have a cat. Hello. One thing that may come up in my streams is I have a cat that is extremely cuddly, and around this time he starts cuddling for food. So please, Prompto, behave for a little bit. Another thing I want to do one day is if I get a model, I want to get a little cat thing to just have on the top of my model's head to whenever he decides to pop up. All right, back to the game. I swallow nervously. What kind of meat grinder has this guy been through? He looks like someone who could rip me apart if he doesn't like what he hears. I need to be careful if I don't want to become the next victim. No worries, Jareth. Give your partner a little hi from us and a good morning. You look like the Terminator at the end of the second movie, buddy. The Terminator who just wrecked my entire floor. Gives him give him a thumbs up. At least I soften it with a thumbs up. How's life, sir? Well, it's hard to imagine how the other fighter looks. Well, when will the Lord take my sinful soul? Break down in tears. You don't want to work here anymore. I want to go with this one. Well, it's hard to imagine what the other fighter looks like. He lets out a gurgling, raspy laugh. You don't. Let me see if I can try to find a voice of this guy. I didn't really find one for Darren, but this guy gives me a little bit of rough and tumble. Uh, you don't want to know what the other guy. You don't want to know what the other fighter looks like. Honestly, I don't want. I really don't want to know. My inner archive labeled "I don't want to know this" is at risk of bursting from the overflow tonight. Words clearly come to him with great difficulty, which is probably not surprising for a man without half a face. He clears his throat, but that doesn't help much. I need blood. He tried to smile. It would be charming if he still had all the necessary muscles for that. I don't know. I think he looks pretty goddamn charming like this. Maybe there's something. I mean, I'm sure at this point this chat is full of people that can understand. This is a look. Yeah. Uh, now it will haunt me in my nightmares. It's gonna haunt me in my dreams, baby. Among other things. The client pauses again briefly to clear his throat. Uh, Mine? Recoil and don't kill me. I'm already having a bad streak in life. We don't do transfusions here. No IV drips, just discount. Rot. How about tomato juice, strong vintages? Let me see what we have. Um, the dude is smirking. He's just this guy just he hits a vibe. He hits a very specific, very nice vibe. Okay, how about tomato juice? I'm not gonna recoil. We don't do transfusions. Uh, Let me see what we have. Let me see. I want to help this guy out. Yeah, good choice, babe. Step to the storage. Babe. Babe. Deciding how to react. I have been called babe in real life, and I never cared for it then. But you are bleeding. So you are bleeding and Loft has your face. So I'm gonna give you a pass. We're gonna call it. You're clearly doing some shit. We're gonna call it the Okaroon rule. Okay. Just in case. He suddenly leans forward, boring into me with his remaining eye. Oh no! Go and find me some goddamn blood. Go and find the. I seem to have run out of choices. Which one should I choose? Okay, I'm gonna go find the damn blood. A strange pressure builds in my head, and the edges of my vision blur. An unyielding command blossoms in the center of my mind. I don't know why, but I feel an incredibly strong urge to find blood. And right now, okay. Mind control is a very specific thing for some people. I know there are Shinso fans out there. I'm concerned about it. My client is covered in blood but still hungry. Maybe he fought with is something inedible, or is it his own? This guy has Mobe Junma. Of course he does. Of course he does, Aza. You know what? Yeah, I see it. Although, would Mobe Jun call someone babe? I found myself in the storeroom, a tangled labyrinth of shelves reaching up to the ceiling, stuffed with boxes, crates, and mysterious cans. In the corner, something rustled and snorted suspiciously. So, where could the blood be? I need to think fast. He's not going away forever. Right now, I'm at the very beginning of this crazy place. Scream, Bob, where's the blood? Go to the food for mouth section. Go to the section supplies for self-propelling gearbox. Go to the section foaming body washes for leather bags. Go to the section items that inspire pensiveness. I'm just gonna go ahead and ask. I mean, that's what you do on your first day. If you're not gonna ask questions, you always never be afraid to ask questions when you just start a job. That's my best advice because it's better than you doing the wrong thing for too long. Bob, where's the blood? For a moment, silence hangs, broken only by the hum of distant refrigerators. Then comes the sound of pure cosmic irritation. In your blood vessels, organism. I need other blood, Bob! I'm not. But if you mean blood for sale, yes, obviously! Then check the mouth food section. Don't disturb me, I'm busy doing business. Oh, I forgot to do his voice. Don't disturb me, I'm busy doing business! Right now I'm at the very beginning of this crazy place. Okay, go to the food for mouth section. These signs are driving me insane. I really hope my manager will eventually learn English properly. Hey! Some people, this isn't their first language. We give them grace. Okay, wait. So, sorry, taking a quick pause because I'm,
New to Twitch. Sorry, sorry.
Farah's able to curse, but Aza can't. And I could see that curse, but I couldn't see Aza. So I'm thinking maybe it's a setting on your end. I'll look into that later. Yeah. It's because I'm cool. You are cool! But also, why can't my sibling curse? Okay.
Yes, go, punch. Yes.
Okay. I'm surrounded by pure madness of anxious packaging, and even in front of the department entrances, there's some baby food for cyborgs piled up. I'm frantically trying to decipher the crooked inscriptions. In front of me are sections with food for mouth. Dense energy blocks for chewing, infused nutritional flows, food afraid of heat. I'm gonna guess infused nutritional flows, because that sounds liquid?
Just a baby.
You are the most baby of of the people we know. Well, actually, no, wait. I'm not exactly sure about that. Anyways, infused nutritional flows. Here are endless shelves of drinks. Next to Coca-Cola are bottles labeled Liquid Regret and Primordial Broth, now with nucleotides. Cans labeled Brapsy, Vodka, Solneco. I'd love to meet the person who came up with these names. I check each shelf, pushing aside cans of essence of shits and giggles, but find nothing resembling blood. The closest thing is liquid hematogen in a giant wooden container. It smells worse than it looks. I go back. I hear knocking. It's the dry, rhythmic tapping of knuckles on a laminated countertop. It's not loud, but persistent and full of irritation. In front of me are sections with food for mouth. Okay. So, dense energy blocks for chewing, food afraid of heat. Food afraid of heat? Because I hope you don't chew blood. Coagulated blood doesn't sound good. The coldest corner of the store. The largest freezer, chests, and refrigerators with glass doors are covered in frost. Next to the frozen pizza are gremlin cryo capsules, and among the buckets of ice cream you find flavors like minty tritium and liquid family. Oh my god. A huge freezer chamber. Matter of lesser life forms, spare parts of human organisms, product of animal fauna exploitation with fruit pieces. Matter of lesser life forms, spare parts of human organisms. I'm gonna go with spare parts of human organisms because that seems like where you would find blood. I mean, people, I guess you could call blood donations spare parts. The section reeks of formaldehyde and horror. Glass jars filled with murky liquids sit on shelves where exhibits float. I try not to think about the one of the containers holding a name tag that reads Kevin. Take blood of human organism Kevin, taste of unfulfilled dreams and unwarranted expectations. Take blood of human organism homeless, high content of cheap alcohol and tuberculosis. Take blood of human organism Michael, taste of efficient resource and artifact accumulation. This one, I don't want to give the guy unfulfilled dreams and unwarranted expectations or tuberculosis. I'll go ahead and give him Michael's blood. The blood in this jar has a rich, almost glowing ruby hue. It looks healthy and full of energy. Yeah, I picked the good one! Michael, whoever you were on top. Champion's blood flowed through you. You were probably something like like an energy drink for the undead. Any Michaels in the chat say, yeah, you've got the best blood apparently. And yet, here you are in a jar. There's something to ponder. Oh, that got sad. He abruptly lifts his head as I approach. You already? His voice carries genuine surprise and clear relief. Well, good thing you weren't wandering around for half an hour. Bring it here. My client finishes the jar and then grimaces. Ugh, for crying out loud. What the hell is this crap? Hey, that's top shelf stuff. He reads the note on the jar. Michael. Well, you were a lucky guy, Michael. Too bad I can't kill him a second time. Tastes like a happy family, a successful career, a retirement account, and this jerk probably never had it, even had cockroaches. At least he's now Liquid Michael in a jar. He chuckles quietly. Yeah, there's something to that. Cool that you found human blood. Good job, you're sharp. Glad to please you, sir, and I'm glad you no longer want to eat me. Feel free to ask. It took longer to get the rat. Uh, wait, sorry. Back. What is it? Cool that you found human blood. Sorry. Okay. Uh, glad to please you, sir. I'm glad you no longer want to eat me. Or feel free to ask. I thought it was. Yeah, he's. Oh no, he's too kind. Uh, oh no. What is this ring blade? I'm stuck between. Feel free to ask, I guess. Giving a crooked smile from his newly restored roguelike face. Oh no, he fixed his face! I didn't want that! I'm going to wash my dirty face. Don't get bored. While he's not here, I have a perfect opportunity to wipe away the blood from the blood stains. I'm just scrubbing a pool of blood on my first day at work. An interesting story for Reddit. A wonderful tale. I'm doing just fine. Nobody's eaten me. Reminds me of that one night at Destiny's Reach where blood was all over the carpet. There was a stain. It's one of the reasons we had to move. He's still handsome. I miss the exposed teeth. Not gonna lie. He's a handsome guy, but now you look like just a guy. He looks so much fresher with the second half of his face, although his expression still resembles that of a constipated owl. I'll just stand here for a while, okay? Take a little break. Besides, there's nobody here with you right now. And just so you know, if you try to contact the werewolves, I'll take your head and crush it like a walnut. I don't think I have a phone. I'm David, by the way, a vampire, as you may have already guessed. What an incredibly interesting way to start an acquaintance, especially that part about the walnut. Love that we're keeping. I do love a man that looks constipated. You really do got that type. Um, you know what? I would say more than Mobe June, because I know you like Artoriel because of Mobe June vibes. This guy gives me Artoriel vibes, specifically with the haircut and the look. He's got a little bit. He's leaned a little bit more on that. He's got the aesthetic down though. They both have that. I do like that they're keep werewolf versus vampire is just such an old lore that we just decided on and have gone with for so long. I need to look at the history of that because it interests me. Nice to meet you, Diana. I'm Crystal, like champagne. I can give a fake name now. I mean, what the fuck? I've already given it to a fae. It can't get fucking worse. Okay, Diana. I knew a Diana once. She used to trade kidneys in Venice Beach. She was a good girl until she got packed up. He's trying to provoke me, deliberately sharing the dirty details of life to see how uncomfortable I can get. No kidneys for you. I suppose I'm selling you. I suppose I'm selling some kidneys now. Check the catalog. Yes, exactly 10 categories. Say nothing. Look away. I suppose I'm selling some kidneys now. A catalog? Do you seriously have a catalog? He leans forward and gently in cheek, peering into the catalog. Gremlin kidneys. Is that a delicacy? What does it? Why does it say both delicacy and fuel and animal venom? Dude, I don't fucking know. This is my first day. I know, I know. Well, at least I'm keeping. Hey, at least that's staying true to the Vati way. Because it's a universal product. Want some? I don't know. I really don't know anything. I'm scared. I would say this one if it didn't say I'm scared. Because it's a universal product. Want some? I'll pretend like I know shit. I think that's the best way to stay alive. I do. Looks like I found my best customer for today. Yay, more tip money! Now I have a vampire here, and he's regenerating. Wonderful. The main thing is to not accidentally blurt out something wrong. I need to be friendly. Are you sure you're a vampire, not a chupacabra? They drink blood too. People don't like to be corrected about themselves. That's not friendly. Since when do vampires wear leather jackets? Don't you guys prefer capes and ruffles anymore? Then I'm not going to engage in stereotype. Thanks for not eating me, David. In reality, you're still a bit shaken from what just happened. Say nothing. Silently wipe the counter. Like, this seems like don't trust him to know himself. And this one seems like I'm leaning into stereotypes. So I'll go with thanks for not eating me. David lets out a quiet chuckle. That clearly expects people to be afraid of him. He might have looked lost when he first arrived here, but now, seeing my fear, he's obviously feels right at home. It's not over yet. Ooh. Ooh, really? Although you're too bony. Eh, that's rude. No need to be rude. And I'm sure you love to eat all that cheap crap, like instant noodles. People like that, their blood's just not tasty. Okay, he did call me out on the instant noodles bit. Oops. But I put a lot of healthy stuff in mine. I put in chicken and spinach, and I make sure I get my nutrients. Only if there's nothing more interesting. Only if there's nothing more interesting in that blood. So you don't like glutamate and cholesterol? They're the tastiest things in the world. So, sir, let's get one thing straight. I'm not rude, and I'm not on sale. So does alcohol affect vampires too, and other things? Shrug. You don't like the tastiest things in the world? Come on, David. Come on. They crunch on my teeth. Even cheap liquor is better. At least it warms you up and disinfects. It warms the body and the soul. But you complain about Michael being too healthy. Vampires can be alcoholics. Another astonishing discovery from my shelf of amazing revelations. None of which I wanted to make. David slightly grimaces as he moves his hand. Damn mutts. Probably not all the wounds have healed completely. And does being a vampire doctor fall under my duties? I think Bob said it was mandatory. Point at the wound. Let me help. Point at the wound. I don't want to help you, but my employment contract requires me to treat the creatures that come here. I'll just say let me help. He doesn't need a whole explanation. He looks at me skeptically. The offer of help is probably so foreign and unexpected to him that it leaves him momentarily dumbfounded. You what? You want to play nurse? The first thing that comes to mind is Nurse Ghetto. I'm so I'm so JJK build. That's so bad. Okay, a flicker of confusion is replaced by something more intense. It's just a couple of scratches and a little piece of ass that will grow back on its own. Not your ass! No! Oh, David, I'm so sorry. Terrible. I'm fine. If you don't let yourself be treated, my boss will lock us both in a dimension of horror where we'll be cleaning toilets with a fork for 10 years. I see. You're afraid of doctors, huh? Such a tough guy yet scared of getting treated? Say conciliatorily. You mentioned werewolves. It's probably not just a scratch. Let me try to help you, okay? Um, this one, the people pleaser in me wants to pick this one, so I'm gonna go with this one. I gave him a chance to save face. Now we're treating him not because he's a wimp, but because he survived an epic battle. A direct blow to his ego. The guy immediately starts puffing up with pride. His eyes light up. Oh no, is this guy a Vati type? Oh shit. No! Can't do myself. It's terrible. Uh-huh. I hope I didn't catch rabies. I decide to remain silent about how he's already pretty rabid. Diana's judgy. Uh, Four against one in a narrow alley. You know, there's a myth about werewolves being damn noble, unlike us bloodsuckers. Well, that's a little crap. One of them was hiding in a trash can, ready to jump out at me. My heart would have definitely stopped dead if it even still beat. It would have just ripped apart from the freaking heart attack. I'm afraid I'll never be able to take out the trash again without fearing for my life. Judging by that distant look, he's plagued by flashbacks of what he's been through. David awkwardly moves his injured arm. All right, hand over your first aid kit. I'm sure this won't be the last pack I'll have to take down. There are way too many stray dogs around these days. Damn you. Go ahead. Get out your band-aids with Dr. Chocula or whatever you're selling. Ooh! Okay, scars help. Scars help. Children, avert thine eyes. We have a shirtless man. Uh, David sheds his jacket, shirt, and t-shirt, then settles onto a squeaky stool next to the counter. He's about to face a serious trial, staying in a vulnerable position for a few minutes. For some reason, cruel fate hasn't made him claw-proof. He certainly looks like he was just thrown into a blender. Judging by those bullet scars, he has quite an interesting past. Or maybe he was attacked by werewolf cowboys with guns. Most likely the former. By the way, I didn't know that corpses have doctors too. I didn't know that corpses have doctors too. I thought the only doctor available to me now is the coroner. I'm rummaging through the necromancy kit that was sitting under the counter. It's a heavy military-style metal box with a faded label reading, Kit for Alternatively Living Organisms. Inside, besides standard badges, there are some strange items. Silver tweezers, vials of thick, glowing liquid, additional fingers, and of course an instruction manual. A cheap laminated brochure stained with something that looks like coffee. In the instructions, the first point states, determine whether you are dealing with a zombie. Ask an alternatively living subject if they ever wanted to eat someone's brain. Alternatively living subject, have you ever wanted to eat someone's brain? David clearly nods and move to the next point. I want to see his reaction. What? What subject? Fuck, I'm not, not a subject. It seems I've offended his vampire feelings. He lets out an annoyed sigh for the umpteenth time today. Well, sorry, I've got a job to do, David. Your brain, definitely not. What about someone else's? Was that a joke about me being dumb? I am, by the way, very smart, and I have a very tasty brain. I don't want to be snarky. Not smart enough to understand that vampires don't eat brains. Do you remember Dracula eating brains? No? Did he rise from his coffin and say, what a lovely evening, I think I'll go munch on some brains? Stop looking at me like that. I'm not a damn zombie. I'm a vampire, and not even a chupacabra. Zombies are stupid. They can't even talk. They just grunt and groan. I don't get why that's not in your necrotherapist's guide. After a workday, I can only grunt and groan and be dumb. Am I a zombie? Alright, neither of us is a zombie. At least not yet. Let's return into the treatment. I'm gonna go with that one. Do you like brains? Tasty brains? With my own weapon? No, no. I'm not a zombie with my own weapon. Gotcha. Come on, for a zombie you're too rosy and not rotting. And by the way, I'm not rotting either. Which again proves that I'm not a damn zombie. His name is David! Welcome back. Now, let's get back to treating my lupus. I steal a glance at my visitor. I wonder if werewolves just clawed him up or if he managed to kill someone too. My instincts something out of the Stone Age, suggest that he could have. That guy has a killer's gaze. You see someone like him in the alley, your hand automatically reaches for your wallet and phone. Yeah, no, Diana's judgy. I lower my eyes. Next point. Let's establish the nature of the injuries. What kind of wounds could werewolves leave? It's simple. You've got lacerations, claws, teeth, and a bit of saliva, possibly very contagious. Seems the damage was psychological. Tell me about your tragic past, as it says in the handbook. I'll go with the claws, lacerations. David listened to this with the pride of a true soldier. Every word feels like a medal of valor. Something like that. He said as if he didn't care, but I know better. Stroke his ego. Add at the end, wounds from a real rabid beast, buddy. Shake your head. You really need to stop with these fights. They won't lead to anything good. Stop medical discussion. Just move to the next point. I'll go ahead and stroke his ego. Why not? There's something else I could start. Nope. I'll behave. I'm dying of laughter. He chuckles happily, trying to hide a glimmer of pride behind humor, but I won't be fooled. David is no longer just a wounded sucker. He's a true gladiator, having survived a battle with rabid beasts. Absolutely epic. Epic! I read through what medication I need and grab the regenerating extract for alternatively living life forms. Now all that's left is to apply this stuff. I dip my fingers in the jar and... Suddenly he grabs my hand. Do something wrong, and I'll rip your tonsils out through your ass. Well, that was colorful! Say in a calm, icy tone. Allow me to do my job, sir. I will be extremely careful. If you touch me, my boss will rip your soul out through your ass. Pull my hand away. You know, you have this fantastic talent for coming up with threats. You should write scripts for action movies. That way, I'm gonna say it like, you know, you have this fantastic talent for coming up with threats. You should write scripts for action movies. Well, I suppose it's just a matter of experience. Probably. And you, well, watch what you're doing or there will be consequences. Yeah, you big baby. Seems he just heard the best compliment of his life. I apply the black goo to the wound. A puff of steam rises through the wound, and the air starts to smell like something is frying. It's probably very painful, but David remains calm. Not a single complaint, which is surprising. I hope it's not from your squid manager. Well, we all hope for that, buddy. Pour a little more goo on him. Restore some justice. Be more careful. I can't! I have to pick the little shit answer, I'm sorry! My hand jerks accidentally, and a generous doll of black goo splats right into the center of the massive move. The hissing grows louder and the smoke thickens. Dave grits his teeth. The tough guy is helpless. He can't tell the actor run from medical procedure. The ointment punishes him for all his sins. I finish up. Surprisingly, the wounds really are healing. The scars won't beautify this man. Ah, shame. Why are you doing all this? The question is asked in an astonishingly serious tone. He's driving me crazy, even more than that clown from earlier, it seems. I just want to help. Lie, you want tips, and to go home, play The Sims, and watch stupid shows. I just want to help. Truth, you're an angel of mercy from the gas station. These are my work obligations. Even if it weren't for them, I wouldn't bother with you. I do think I do. Well, I do think I would want to help. I'm generally like to be nice, and he was hurt, even if he's less hot now. Why? David is confused. In his system of beliefs, action always is equals benefit. I'm throwing a wrench into this flawless, long-running mechanism. I can't watch someone suffer. Let's just say I have certain... I'm gonna go with this one! Let's just say I have certain fetishes, smirks playfully. Ha! I knew it from the beginning, doll. Doll? Okay. A lot of nicknames. Look. I like the look of a man in pain, and I don't feel bad for that. You clearly have a few screws loose in your head if you get pleasure from this. I won't even bother asking what those fetishes are. Yeah, it's a long list. I just want to sleep in my coffin without any nightmares. Alright, moving on. Screw this. I honestly don't care what's going on in your head. This is the most unconvincing lie I've ever heard in my life. Oh my god! This guy is so fucking tsundere! It's been a while since I've seen an honest-to-goodness tsundere. I thought they were a species going extinct! Yeah. fist bumps you, Farah. Always turn the time we will enjoy the same type of art. People mangled. I agree, Leo. I mean, his face is nice. His face is nice, but I miss the exposed teeth and the exposed skull, and I would apologize for it. He clears his throat. Thank you. What? Am I hearing things? I thought he didn't know such words. I'm even afraid to breathe, so I don't scare off this rare exotic display of politeness. He says that word as if he's pronouncing it for the first time in his life. I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually the case. Just a couple more seconds and he's back in front of the store. So, the client is fed, cleaned, and healed. And yet he's still here, not putting any money on the counter. And the tip jar is lacking. Dude, give me money! Come on! I look at him. He's supposed to be full of energy, but instead he looks lost. David is deep in thought in that dark, gloomy little place that occupies his mind. Are you planning to pitch a tent here? Can I do anything else for you, sir? Cautious step back. Have you decided to meet me after all? This isn't the best place to crash, buddy, but there's a vampire hotel 2 blocks down. I'll just, I'm torn between these two. Pitch a tent, you say? Well, just for that, I'll go with that one. David starts seeing the impatience in my voice. What, are you tired of my company, doll? I leave when I want to leave, and I don't want to yet. I'm curious about one thing. I haven't talked to a regular human in a long time. I wonder by regular human, does he mean my extremely natural essence? I'm no vampire werewolf or theming gnome. Or does he mean my lack of criminal record and absence of drug or alcohol dependency? Well, let's not make assumptions on that last bit. Or maybe he's looking for the perspective of an ordinary worker, a working class person, a gray collar. Does your face always look that funny when you're thinking about something? I am a very funny person. I don't even get a chance to respond to his jab before he follows up. Let's conduct an experiment. Suppose you're now a free vampire, able to go wherever you want, do whatever you want. Where would you go? Before we even get to the next thing, I'm trying to think of what I would answer this question. And I wouldn't go one place. David looks at me expectantly. What kind of tempers do vampires have? What weakness will I have? And who were you before the bite? Can you find everyone who wronged you in life and get revenge? A lot of things depend on who exactly turned me into vampire. Who vamped you? Wrap it up with the question. I'm ready to tell you my... I'll go through these. I wanna see more of what this game has to offer in terms of like vampire lore. And this is also very pertinent to the question: what kind of superpowers do vampires have? A whole lot. We're practically a superhero league. I'm sure it never crosses your mind that in reality, bloodsuckers can be way scarier than in sappy movies for girls. Looks like he watched Twilight. Interesting. Some of us not only drink human in blood, but also capture people to experiment on them. Oh no. They turn human bodies into a real nightmare of flesh and bones. Dr. Maru couldn't even imagine. And there are vampire sorcerers who can rip your soul out of your body and make you work for them for eternity. Literally. Seems like I already have one of those sorcerers. His name is Bob. He's checking his bills. There he is. I wonder what inner strength it took David not to flinch. And there are those who can make your head explode, literally, with just a glance. But not all of us are such wicked bastards. We don't even have to kill a person to eat. Just drink a little, instead of gorging yourself like a pig at the trough. So this means you could take a little of my blood and I wouldn't die? That's, interesting info, David. But some don't care. They just drain all the blood and splash it everywhere. The forensics team is baffled why the person turned into a sprinkler before dying. He seems to enjoy talking about how cool vampires are. Just a little one. Just a tasteful little blood kick. And which of these do you have? And which of these do you have? Let me guess. None? Can vampires open beer cans with their minds? Back to your question. Asking for something else. And which of these do you have? I got a decent list of what I can do. I'm not complaining. Imagine it. You never get tired. You can party all night long. Fuck all night long. Oh boy. You're stronger than 10 thugs combined. I know what I'd do if I was super strong and immortal, but I'm not going to say it because I don't need the FBI at my door. You want to, let me get through this a little bit and then yeah. Or you can go ahead and message me and I'll get to it when I'll look at it when I can. Well, except for 10 werewolf thugs. That might take some effort. If you want to shrink down and fly somewhere, you can turn into a tiny bat. Your reflexes become 100 times sharper. You feel everything. You see everything. You can hear a rat piss a block away. I don't want to hear what raps are up to. Stay silent and continue. And finally, you can make people do anything you want. Absolutely anything. Are you sure the last one is due to your vampirism and not just because they're scared you'll beat them up? No, I felt that shit. That was vampire. It's one thing to scare someone shitless. They give in just to avoid being harmed. It's another when they act with full confidence that it's what they want. They don't even realize they're just vampire pawns now. Yes, I think I get it. He pulled that trick on me too. David smiles, but this time the smile is strained. These are the words of someone stuck in a web of artificial connections and ass-related threats. David smiles, but this time the smile is strained. These are the words of someone stuck in a web of artificial connections and ass-related threats. Fear and supernatural compulsion aren't the best foundations for a strong friendship. David, your creature struck in a web of artificial connections and ass-related threats. Your whole life is based on lies. I can transfer my friends to myself. Wonderful. Or make someone give me their wallet. I'll do this one. He lets out a quiet chuckle. Well, not exactly friends. More like underlings. You can hatch all sorts of cunning plans with human politicians, or, well, pay no rent. The last part sounds like music to my ears. He seems to enjoy talking about how cool vampires are. Oh wait, did I accidentally hit back or something? Back to your question. Why did you watch Twilight? What weaknesses will I have? And who were you for a bit? What weaknesses will I have? Well, no more tanning. No reflection in mirrors. If you were ugly before, it's actually a bonus, right? You can enter without an invitation. Garlic doesn't scare you either. Holy water is trickier, depends on the situation. A stake works, but piercing your chest would be quite the challenge. Piercing any part of you is quite the challenge, actually. Our skin is steel, unless a particularly persistent werewolf comes along. Well, at least you can enter without an invitation. No need for unnecessary chit-chat with people. David looks at me expectantly. Why did you watch Twilight? And who were you before you were bit? Can you find everyone who wronged you in life of revenge? I guess I'll just go through. Okay. Why did you watch Twilight? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't watch emo crap. Lies! Lies! We caught you! I hold a dramatic pause. David looks like a cornered animal. He stares at the floor, then the ceiling, anywhere but me. Finally, he lets out a loud sigh, filled with disappointment and embarrassment. Fine, damn it, alright. I watched everything. All Twilight movies. Watched The Lost Boys, Interview the Vampire, Blade. The Idiot Who Bit Me didn't explain anything beyond the basics, like, don't go out in the sun, you little punk. I thought maybe these stupid movies had a clue, you know, hidden in all that silly romance and melodrama. Most of it turned out to be bullshit. I read legends, searched for info online. As you can imagine, all supernatural beings try not to give themselves away, but sometimes you still stumble upon bits and pieces. Or crazies, one or the other. My favorite, by the way, was From Dusk Till Dawn. Two bad vampires don't explode in real life. You still haven't told me if you sparkle like Edward Cullen the sun. He takes a deep, ragged breath. No, we don't sparkle. Want to know what happens if I step into the sun? I catch fire in the sun, as if someone poured gasoline on me and lit a match. Do you know what that smells like? Like fried chicken. It's a nasty, excruciating, foul death. Very brutal. Imagine the smell and slowly like things. Hot man! Shake your head. Terrible. However, let me ask you one more thing. I can't resist being a shit! It compels me! Sorry for my terrible laugh. COVID got me once and I've never recovered, but oh my god! That face is great! And also, oh god. Taking a moment to compose myself and enjoy the face. And I am aware that the bar is covering some of the artwork. I'm very sorry. I will fix it later. Okay. Moving right along. I very deeply enjoy every time I get to freak out each of these creepy ass dudes. It's great. Makes me feel powerful. What the hell is wrong with you? Oh, David, we don't have time. This is only a 4-hour stream. David has clearly dealt with violence, drugs, and monsters, but a cashier craving fried vampire is clearly too much for him. You know, I've seen a lot of crap in my life, but this is the first time I've seen something like this. Yay, I'm unique! Do you have some kind of necro barbecue fetish? I don't know, I haven't really thought about it. No, don't ask me. I don't want to know. I'll just pretend I didn't hear anything. David looks at me expectantly. And who were you before you were bit? I'll ask who were you before you were bit. He opens his mouth, ready to tell me off or mention something about butts again, but stops himself. Probably his thank you sealed our fragile friendship. I'll tell you, but it's probably not relevant. Well, it's nothing. I was nobody. I was just surviving as everything went to hell, unlike all those bastards born with a silver spoon up their ass. Sorry, I keep falling out of his voice. You ever see those happy American families in TV commercials? They sit at the table with a bowl of salad, smiling like idiots, and they always have a dog. Well, that wasn't my case. My stepdad was a crazy guy who thought the best birthday gift was a smack on the head. He did teach me how to shoot properly, though. I left my family dump early. It's really dumb, but I thought I'd start a band and become a rock star. Ooh. Hello, Lestat. But as they say, wish in one hand, shit in the other. Do people say that? See which one fills up faster. At first, I worked wherever I could and then found some guys to do some shady stuff with. There aren't many ways to make a living in the Los Angeles area. Can't exactly work the cash register, right? David jabs again, but without malice. The antisocial environment made him resentful of the middle and upper classes, but it hasn't affected me yet. I wonder why. Yeah, being a gangster would be cool. Doing gangster things, riding motorcycles. Hey, working the cashier register isn't too bad. It would even better without customers like you. Make no comment. I'll engage. Being a gangster would be cool. Sure, why not? Come on, life isn't as fun as it is in TV shows. Mostly we just sold diluted crap to junkies and solved problems. Sometimes no person, no problem, you know. Farah, I don't know if the Videl Rock Band AU bells are ringing in your head, but they're going so loud in mine. It's it's just a big blaring alarm in my head. Everything is boy brain rot. Everything. I prefer the part about motorcycles. That's it. That's the whole story. What about you? Oh lord, this is my chance to make up something cool, or just tell it like it is. I'm a criminal too, the best sniper in my gang. I'm now hiding under a fake name in another city and state. I have a single parent family and an art degree, and no dog. Tell the truth. Not telling. I have a single parent family and an art degree, and no dog. I'm gonna be snarky. I'll always pick the snarky answer again. Oh, you're missing stuff. It's okay. I will be uploading the VOD to YouTube at some point. So if you want to look back at it. Wow. And what sniper rifle did you use? Oh no. NMH 6785 Super Killer Pro. I'm just gonna be like, none. I lied to you. Because that's funnier to me. He laughs. No offense, but you make a killer like a bullet made of crap. For some reason, he says it like a compliment. So who are you really? I am a single parent family and no dog. Sure. I already gave my name to a Fey Lord. What the fuck worse could what else worse could happen tonight? He listens to how I ended up in this dump, about my job search and everything else. I didn't sell drugs in the alleys, but it seems we still find some common ground. Got it. You're not in your element. David truly understands. Neither he nor I wanted to end up where we are. Neither of us knows what to do next. And we both love cheap noodles, but he can't eat them anymore. I win. I know! Each of these guys takes their sweet fucking time. But also, I'm going through all the text options because I want vampire lore. You must be tired of those draw me requests, huh? I would draw you. I'm gonna be flirty, because even though he's not as handsome as he was with his exposed teeth, I still remember the exposed teeth, and I know what I can have again. Oh, like a French girl? He tries to look nonchalant, but his eyes show he's interested. Oh my god, he wants me to draw him naked! Go ahead. I love beautiful doodles. Same hat, bro. Same hat. He says the word doodles with such a strange tenderness that it sounds more like a compliment than insult. I pick up a pencil. Draw something funny. Draw him as he is. I always said I always go with the snarky option, but I don't know. I feel like I get to see him blush like crazy, and I want that real bad. So we're gonna draw him as he is. Wow, what a face. I almost forgot what I look like. Bag under my eyes like a junkie. I wish I could, man! Looks cool. The last words are spoken in a barely audible, almost reverent whisper, unlike anything I've ever heard from him before. 2 simple words, said with all the sincerity this guy can muster. I can do something too. David takes the pencil from me, and with a deep concentration almost sticking out his tongue, scribbles something. A few minutes later, a drawing appears before me. Is that meant to be my character? I never would have thought this guy was capable of that. Mine's cooler. You draw better than me, and I have an education. I'm just gonna be like, wow, beautiful. Always give. Sharing art is such a vulnerable thing. Always give a compliment. David clears his throat, embarrassed. Nothing special, just a doodle. I was into it a bit when I was a kid. Comics, all that stuff. Nothing serious. I take the drawing for myself. Alright, where were we? Hopefully you give me a tip! Can you find everyone who wronged you in life and get revenge? A lot of things depend on who exactly turned me into a vampire, who vamped you. Wrap it up with questions and then, okay, 2 more. I want the lore. Yeah, a lot of people think about that first. But it's a bad idea to live to a body of people who were you were somehow connected to. And your head quickly fills with other things, like, well, the fact that you're dead and it's forever. So after you'd been turned, you didn't find everyone who bullied you in school and beat them up? Got it. Like, I usually beat them up right at school. Ah, right. You might think it was some kind of bully, but constantly pulling pranks, but I was actually quiet in class. Just messing around at the back of the class, like an invisible man. Until some jerk started picking on me. Once I smashed a globe over a guy's head because he mocked my sneakers. As if wearing clothes from Walmart made me worse than them. Nope, I agree. Well deserved. Good thing we don't have globes here. David looks at me expectantly. Oh, okay, last one. A lot of things depend on who exactly turned me into a vampire. Who vamped you? He doesn't answer right away, but furrows his brows. Several long minutes pass in silence. Same old stinking jerk. Some old stinking jerk. A lot is mixed into those 4 words. It's as if he both hates and mourns the old jerk. Probably that guy wasn't a contender for Father of the Year. I wait for him to continue, but he remains silent. He looks like an angry corner dog. It's unlikely he'll speak up on his own. And what did your old stinking jerk do? Don't call him that, damn it. Don't you dare. Okay, so it is like a reverence. The reason I shifts to confusion, just for a brief moment before he looks away. I mean, yeah, call him whatever you want, including old stinking jerk. Immediately is your privilege. Old stinking jerk! No, I won't. It's clear the guy meant something. So what did he do? That jerk suffered from power seizures. That's all there is to say about him. Oh. No amount of booze could erase what that damn villain did in my memory. I suppose all old vampires are like that. Seems like he won't tell me more about his vampire dad. He looks at me expectantly. Wrap it up. Okay, I'm ready to tell you my decision. Excellent. He leans a little closer, when suddenly you hear a wolf howling. Oh no! Run! I didn't even have time to blink before David vanishes. Now he's a little bat behind the counter. Behind the counter! Oh no, he's hiding? That's kind of cute. Oh wait, no! Oh my god! That's adorable! I love it. I love it so much. I love him best in any form but his default one. Listen up. Don't say anything about me. Sit tight and behave, or you'll feel incredibly shitty. Trust me, if you rat me out to that mutt, I'll find a way to get out and twist your head off. The threat in his voice is completely lacking, mostly because his voice now comes out of a very small, angry bat. Oh! Werewolf. A werewolf is about to come here now. Hello! Sorry, I'm gonna rat you out. Hello! The creature steps inside. Oh wait, no, he looks fluffy and huggable. I want to hug him. Good evening, ma'am. And he's polite. Oh, David, you're fucked. A low rumbling face, surprisingly calm and friendly. I am gonna ask. No, I absolutely am gonna ask. He's so fluffy. He's so fluffy. Ma'am. I'm not sure I understood you correctly. You want to pet me? Yes, please! Yeah, that's very unexpected. And of course, flattering, ma'am. Don't get me wrong. But I'm kind of on duty. Tracking the supernatural. He looks around nervously. Alright, you can. But just... Yay! But just a little. I still have important business. Oh my god, this is the best game ever. I'm so happy right now. I reached out and pet him. The fur is warm, soft, and thick. I immediately feel a low vibration. The wolf is silently purring. The werewolf is purring. Oh my god. Happiness. At first, it's barely noticeable movement, but then his short, sorry, remembering where I put a certain key. There we go. At first, it's barely noticeable movement, but then his short, fluffy tail starts to wag slowly but confidently from side to side. Oh my god, you're right, the bad boy! David's so jealous right now. Well, I'm sorry, you're not very pettable, David. I mean, you might be right now, if you are, by all means. He's a good boy, a very big but good boy. He deserves praise. I'm the Princess Mononoke of this gas station. Although David doesn't seem thrilled, I pull my hand back. Thank you, ma'am. I'll be a while since it's been a while since I've been. Anyway, thank you. So, getting back to the purpose of my visit. Apologies for the sudden intrusion. Edward, you can just call me Eddie. We're chasing down a certain pest. You haven't seen a vampire around here by chance, have you? You know, young, a bit scruffy, wearing a leather jacket. You see, here's the story. One of our packs nearly took out a vampire sire and his offspring a few hours ago. It was a tough battle. We suffered losses. Nearly. Oh my god, did his vampire daddy just get super hurt? We tried to track them and found one of them. Well, more like a pile of ash where he once lay. Oh no! It seems one bloodsucker off the other and he was weakened. Their family values are quite lacking. David, what did you do? It seems patricide has occurred. David didn't tell me anything about it. Probably that's why he had all those questions about vampirism. He was trying to get advice on where to go next after killing his creator. But in a completely idiotic way. You see, ma'am, vampires are parasites on the body of our society. Well, that's a little prejudice. They drink blood like mosquitoes, but unlike mosquitoes, they kill their victims by draining them dry. Well, hold on, David said he wouldn't do that. One of you is lying. Bad. They languish in boredom with their immortality, and thus destroy human destinies, play with them, torment them, and derive a semblance of pleasure from their suffering. They are devoid of true feelings. I look at David, devoid of any feelings. He's shaking all over. So I would be extremely grateful for any help. You are very fluffy, but you seem very prejudiced. Don't give David away. Blackmail David, slowly glance at the tip jar, then briefly meet David's eyes, hinting he owes a tip. Grab David and hand him over to Werewolf. Let the wolf leave a tip. I haven't decided if I want a romance David yet. So I could just say don't give David away. Yeah, it's hard, right? Because like at the end of the day, I want a tip. But well, here's the thing. I'm definitely not giving over to the werewolf. No matter how fluffy he is, he said a lot of stuff that was just outright wrong and incorrect and based off prejudice. So either I'm not going to give David away for free, or I'm not going to give him away for money. Oh god, I'm so torn. I feel like no matter what, he should give me a tip. David, if you don't give me a tip, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed at you. Tip for scritches. Don't give David away. Maybe that was a mistake. I don't know. That bastard threatened me 5 minutes ago, but now he's small, trembling, and helpless. He's my bastard. Oh, he's my bastard. I force a smile and say I haven't seen anything. A quiet, peaceful night. Eddie examines me closely. He's probably catching a faint scent of blood, but but my calm demeanor throws him off. Strange. Well, okay, if he shows up, just give a whistle. We won't far away from here. Good night, ma'am. The wolf goes off in his important wolf business. David crawls out of his hiding spot. You could have turned me in. He stares in my eyes as if trying to peer into my soul and understand what it's made of. And that would have been the sensible decision. I'm glad you're not one of those sensible ones. Never in my life! David says with a genuine relief in his voice. He's grateful to me, and now doesn't quite know what to do with that gratitude. I seem to know a lot about David's inner thoughts. He clears his throat awkwardly. So, what's the answer to my question? What would you do if you were a vampire? His gaze reminds me a lot reminds me of a lost fighting dog. Without a master, he's restless and can't find his place. What an advisor he picked. May the Lord help him. I take everything life has to offer. Travel, entertainment, new experiences. The world is full of wonders, and when you're immortal, all doors are open to you. This is most likely my answer. What are the other ones? I'd surf the internet, decay, and rot. Nothing would change. I mean, some days, but not all of them. Some days that is what you need. But I want experiences. One could enslave humanity, or at least one neighborhood in a city. If I was romancing a Starian again, that'd be the one I'd pick. You could learn so many things, read so many books, even learn to play the saxophone. The saxophone is the sexiest instrument. I've said that a lot, and I do stand by that. That'd be Sony if he was like a Twilight vampire, except for reading everyone's thoughts. Everyone can read his thoughts. That's what it feels like. I am slightly omniscient. But yeah, no, I'm absolutely going with the first one. I take everything life has to offer. Travel, entertainment, new experiences. The world is full of wonders, and when you're mortal, all doors are open to you. He chuckles. Oh, still waters run deep and all that. Pity the road of adventure led you to a stinky gas station. Hey! I'm here because I'm poor! Maybe you're right. The world isn't limited to this lousy town. He says quietly, almost to himself, looking out of the window at the dark, empty highway. Oh no, did I just convince him to leave? No, David! And if he's just remembered, there's something beyond this cage of alleyways and gangland showdowns. Here, for future adventurers. David is about to turn around and leave when he suddenly stops. He pulls a crumpled piece of paper from his pocket, scribbles a number on it, and he leaves it on the table next to my hand. But just as I reach for it... Oh! Hello! More hand-holding jump scares. His hand covers mine, pressing into the table. His skin feels cold, rough from barely visible scares and blister. His grave-like chill sharply contrasts with the warmth of his own hand. He feels slight tingling like static electricity. Call me if you need a ride from work. I've got a couple ideas for what we could do before dawn. See you. He says goodbye and leaves. Gas station looks at it. The jar does look... It didn't say he left a tip, but the jar definitely looks more full, so I'm going to assume he did. Otherwise, I'm kicking his ass! The gas station sinks into the absolute silence. I just got told that I can call a vampire for a booty call. 12-year-old me is rejoicing! Well, that was quite an interesting encounter. I really could have turned him in, but I didn't want to. Hang the drawing on the wall. Do nothing with it. I'm gonna hang the drawing on the wall. Back when I had a office at home, I would like my coworkers would draw stuff for me often, and I'd hang it around. For someone obsessed with ass-related threats, surprisingly, his hands are quite skilled. Ooh. Oh, it's a goth jock! Hey! Oh, thanks for the follow! How's it going? You missed the clown! I have got to show you this clown motherfucker that was flirting with me hard later. I'm pretty sure it was a Fey Lord. Well, technically a Jester, actually a God of Chaos, but he was all decked out in gear that you would love. You would have adored him. I'm definitely going to recommend this game to you just for him. Okay, now I also have a date invitation for a guy who wanted to make me his dinner half an hour ago. I don't think he ever said he wanted to eat me. I think I'm making a lot of assumptions. Oh, I will be uploading the VOD. I promise you that. Survived another visitor. It seems I'm starting to get used to this job. Wiping off the sticky residue, hoping it was just spilled soda from the counter, I suddenly hear the crunch of gravel outside. Hooves? Hello? Androgynous-looking demon? Yes! See, okay. This is my type of... Oh, this is another... God, this game has my fucking number, actually. It's you. No, don't say that! No! A tiefling walks in. Weirdly enough, a tiefling is one of the races I have not played in D&D. I've played it a ton in Baldur's Gate 3. Okay, really quickly, before we get started with this guy, it's about what? We're like over 2.5 hours into the stream. We're gonna take a quick 15. So one, I can feed my cat, and people can stretch their legs before we get started with this with learning this fine gentleman with a very open shirt. Oh god, he really is just like me, ain't he? Yeah, everybody get liquids, get drinks, stretch your legs. I'm gonna feed my cat, and we're gonna be back in like at 6:45 ish. Like just take a quick 15. Actually, you know what? No, we'll say 6:40. 6:40, real quick, because I wanna get more through this game. But this is I'm looking forward to this. All right, stay tuned. We'll be back in just a short bit. Okay, and we're back. I'm just gonna say a quick hi to everyone we still got with us. Leo, Dareth, Farah, Gon, Caddy, Gottschalk, OpenT, and Random Player. Thank you all for joining. We're gonna get back into this game, uh, and meet this very yet another me-coded individual. If I'm honest, this game was just made for the goth monster fuckers. I really. I'm not. Well, okay, but we don't know. We don't know that that they're like me personality wise. Oh, hey, so you're in there too. Why does my list? Must probably because of the stupid lurking thing. I want to be able to like give thanks to the people that are here, even if they're just lurking. And now it's like very much. It means that I can't see who I need to thank, and I don't feel like I should. That the people, anybody that is watching, I feel like I want to show appreciation to. I really think that's I really think that's kind of shitty on Twitch's part, which maybe I shouldn't say on Twitch, but I'm gonna anyway. And just take a moment to be like, yeah, no, that's dumb. I want to show appreciation. It's not even about like I know that there are revenue concerns with that too, but at the end of the day, people are still giving me their time, and I want to say thank you for that. Yeah, I really want to look into what would it take to make a little extension that like for viewers that are lurking, they could set that extension on, and like every 5 minutes or so, it could just give a little like "I'm still here lurking" emote just so they can still be counted or something. I don't know. I think that'd be cute. Anyways, sorry about for the diatribe. I wish I could say that's the last time I'll ever do that, but I am one for a political diatribe. Okay, back to this one. All right, so this is definitely not a vampire. The stranger leans against the counter, trying to look casual, but the way his tail twitches betrays his nervous tension. Hi. He clears his throat. Hello, babe. My name is Victor. Aren't your parents pirates by any chance? Excuse you. Why is that me? I am I flirt with my friends with confidence. Around him, waiting for him to finally say what he's going to buy. I can also flirt with strangers with confidence in real life. Online, no, I cannot. But in real life, I am a very accomplished flirt. Uh-huh. Okay, so no, sir, my parents are not pirates. Aren't your parents farmers by any chance? I mean, are they rich pirates who could pay ransom for me if you kidnap me? Please, sir, don't. I can tell this is me leading into a joke back at him, but I like say, aren't your parents farmers? Because I want to plow you. No, hold on. calming down. Um, I was like, no, sir, my parents are not pirates for now. Uh, 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 uh. I can almost read in his eyes. I've practiced this so many times, and I'm still stumbling. He breathes in fits and starts. He breathes in fits and starts and forces a nervous, trembling smile. Oh, he's so cute. Uh, it's very surprising that they aren't pirates because you are a real gem, miss. You illuminate this dirty gas station with your glow. I mean, you clean it very well. This is not a complaint to you. It's just, forget it. You are a gem. Let's leave it at that. I love him. No, I love him. Oh God, they're all so great. Awkwardly smiles in response to encouragement. I'm gonna encourage him. Far, you know I like me a shy boy. It's the confidence you guy. Yes. Awkwardly smiled in response to encourage him. I give him a light, hesitant smile. It's a bit awkward, a bit forced, but undoubtedly encouraging. Victor awkwardly smiles back, wagging his tail a little. Oh, he wags his tail! He's incredibly happy that I didn't start an exorcism ritual, didn't call security. Again, this is me reading his mind. I read people's mind a lot in this. Am I just a clairvoyant, and that's the secret to the story? Um, didn't call security, though there's probably none anyway. Of course, or worst of it all, the security of this establishment is my responsibility. Then his smile gradually fades, and he looks away nervously. May I ask a question? His face is burning. Victor takes another deep, frantic breath. He is so fucking adorable for somebody whose shirt is that fucking deep. I hope this guy. Wait, his stomach is growling so horribly. I hope this guy's okay. Oh, are you hungry? Is it really that bad? I mean, is my flirting technique really that terrible? I mean, it's working on me. This was the worst day of my life to have ears. Well, it could have been better. Awkwardness is a great style. I liked it. Okay, aesthetically, we don't know anything about his personality yet. Just that he's shy. Hey, you, Pali. This might be the best compliment he's ever heard in his life. Probably the only one. You liked it? Ah! His voice mixes surprise, disbelief, and a shy glimmer of joy. Um, I'm glad you like awkwardness because I have plenty of it. You probably noticed. Right off the bat, is it really written on my face? The noticing of awkward written on my face is just like the looks that I'm going to devour him. Which I still might, haven't decided. Actually, I initially chose this tactic to charm you, miss. Of course, everything went according to plan. Oh, sure. Oh, did it now? He coughs shyly and mumbles something to himself. Then he shifts his gaze back to me. Actually, miss, I'm here to acquire. He doesn't get to finish. We have a visitor. Ah! Bug! She stands next to the counter, clicking her mandibles impatiently. Two
2 packs of Brepsy, a pack of screaming cheese, and a bag of fairy fingers, darling. By the way, your gas attendant is a real sweetheart.
We have a gas attendant? It's frightening to imagine what my invisible colleague looks like. He hasn't even bothered to say hello.
And hurry up! I need to rush. I have a lot of work waiting for me today.
I'm starting to pack the order. At the same time, this incubus. Oh, it's not a demon, it's an incubus! It's a shy incubus! One of my favorite tropes! Come here! Sorry. I'm just going feral for shyness, as always. Move out of the way, teammate, for this. Do you want me to set you up on a date with Lady Farah? I can make this happen. I'll slip the number in the order. Just real sly like. At the same time, this incubus awkwardly tries to hit on the lady, and I thought we had something special. Excuse! In front of me! In front of me! Could at least wait till I wasn't looking. Apparently, the failed Casanova tried to try his luck on his new victim. Although I guess if he is an incubus, I guess I can sort of understand that he's got to eat. It's a little bit different when it's your food. That's a different cultural thing to think about, actually. Hmm. uh, wow, you seem so bossy and cool, ma'am. You must have a very wonderful job. Well, that's not particularly flirty. That's just making conversation. She starts clicking her mandibles energetically, producing a buzzing sound that vaguely resembles laughter.
Wonderful. Oh, yes, wonderful. Wonderful those who don't like to eat, sleep, or see their children grow. Really, the best job in all 9 worlds. Speaking of children.
Victor barely recovers from her sarcasm when the lady immediately pulls a wallet out of her bag and unfolds it. Oh, look at all the babies! Farah, you ready to be you ready to be a parent too? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 children? Over and over again. It seemed endless.
This is Gugu. He has his father's mandibles.
Victor gazes into the abyss, and the abyss gazes back, revealing baby pictures. The seduction attempt has failed again. Won't be for long. What's gonna happen to the babies? Leo, what's gonna happen to the babies? Okay. Like any mother, Lady Mantis loved her children and considered it her sacred duty to tell every passing incubus. Oh no! I forgot what mantis do. No. Her sacred duty to tell every passing incubus about them.
This is Gugu. He's in his rebel phase right now. He pierced his mandibles. Can you imagine? He makes such a racket when he eats.
The image of a larva in a biker jacket makes me snort and reminds me of David.
And this is Gigi, and this is Gaga. They're still Lara, but already so talented.
What talents can larvae have? They just lie there and eat? I do too, though. Wait, don't think about that. You have very beautiful children, ma'am. All 20 of them. Incredibly cute.
That's just the first wallet.
Oh my god! Listen, I'm in clear. I'm in the mood to make more mantises. Help him. Hand the lady her order. Don't interfere. Part of me wants to let this keep going, but I also I want I do want him to like me, so I'm going to help him. Hand the lady her order.
Oh, I got a bit carried away. I really am in a hurry. Here, your money, darling.
No tip. Bish. Victor watches her disappear in the night, then turns to me with a grateful look. Thank you, miss. I couldn't handle 20 more kids. To be honest, I already broke down at the 8th. And I thought looking after a cat was hard. She gotta feed those mouths. The lady left very little in tips. Probably all her money went to her children. I guess that's fair. Gotta understand. Victor suddenly remembers he came here to buy something. However, my visitors rarely recall that. I need a book. Victor scans my stinking supernatural realm of discount rot and chocolate bars. It's a guide for, well, succubi and incubi. I can't remember what it's called, but I've definitely heard something about it. Could you take a look? We sell books at a convenience store? All right. It's definitely not for me. It's for my less experienced friend. Oh my god. Because I'm, a employee of the month in my lair. Victor. Anyways, he didn't specify whether he was the worst or the best employee of the month. Well, life horse harvesting for dummies, or something like that. I hear him mumbling quietly to himself. Uh-huh, sure, yeah. Such a shame. I should have stayed home and rewatched Evangelion for the 10th. Such a shame. I should have stayed home and rewatched Evangelion for the 10th time. And he's a nerd! Yes! I'm heading to the storage room. Just a few hours before, I was rushing around here looking for blood for a very hungry monster. Now, all these vials, eyes, and tentacles seem less ominous. A gigantic, a nerdy shy boy. It's like catnip for me. A gigantic dead moth lies on top of one of the boxes, or perhaps it's just very tired. I'm rummaging through the book section, deep in between baboon metaphysics and limits of patience of your dead servants. I find the desired volume. I come back from the storage room holding this forbidden, mind-bending treatise titled "Everything You Ever Want to Know About Demons and Everything You Didn't Want to Know About Them."
Wow, this is definitely better than those PDF guides from various sites for, never mind, too. Clearly not for the whole family. Let's study it. Why is the screen black? Hopefully this is not a bug. Yes, yes, it would be very unusual if they just paid me, tipped me, and moved along. I expect too much from this life. But, in fact, this will be an entertaining education lesson. It certainly won't be unnecessary. And the guy looks like those pictures are enough to make him faint. The sooner this is over, the sooner I can send him on his way. He's such a cutie! I really do enjoy the art in this game. It is very satisfying to look at. I enjoy. We find a cozy spot next to the counter. I pull the grimoire closer. I open the book, and the pages, yellowed and brittle with age, release a cloud of dust and indecent, horrifying desires. Incubi, the nature of the tempting rogue hooves of desire. Yeah, I really enjoy their noses as well. I like how the noses are drawn. The facial structure is really good overall. Uh, tempting rogues. Tempting rose. Oh, that's me. Yes, definitely me. Hooves are just like mine. You have no idea how awful they clop, especially on tiles. He's so adorable when he blushes. I can't. I can't. I'm fine. When you sneak to the when you sneak to the when you sneak to the fridge at night, the whole house wakes up with you. Everyone thinks there's a big clumsy cow living in your apartment. Yeah, I think you really are an incubus. They're all purple. You know, Victor, you look more like a sleep paralysis demon. Uh, oh, you're right. All incubi really are purple. I thought my skin color was just some kind of coincidence. You know, like when you create a character in a video game and just spin the color wheel until you stumble upon something weird. I know he's even into video games. He gives me a cautious look as if not entirely sure about the coolness of his purple hue. Purple is a lame color. I hate eggplants. I actually deeply enjoy the color purple. We will discuss this brain rot because I am wondering if we're on the same page, Farah. I love the color purple. Too bad I'm not purple. Shakes head sadly. Shrug. I know what you mean. When I was created, someone else was found the color. Oh, by the way, I was created in Spore. I love the color purple. I honestly do. I specifically like neon purple. Fun factoid. His face immediately brightens with a smile. Yeah, well, I think it's pretty cool too. It's nice to know you like my, what's it called, demonic phenotype. Victor turns his attention back to the book and runs his clawed finger down the lines. Incubi, appreciators of the vibrant hues of the soul, they draw power not from blood or life force, but from the pure potent energy of mortal emotions. And although our fine bouquet of positive emotions is the preferred ambrosia, what a fancy word, a practitioner can also sustain themselves with more coarse, fickle energies of negativity. Despair, horror, and humiliation provide a quick, albeit unpleasant, rush of power. Oh, this is tapping another. Everything is brain rot. This is tapping another AU for me. Everything is brain rot. um, it's no wonder that now, after an argument with someone in the comments, I feel like I've eaten I feel like I've eaten a few raisins. In the comments? What comments? Wait. Do you post art? Do you post art? Do you stream? What do you do? I need to know this. Do you make TikToks? Judging by the expression on his face, he clearly isn't cut out for the horrors and humiliations. His limit is probably arguing on 4chan, also a kind of source of horrors and humiliations, but still, it's a bit different. An incubus can, albeit less effectively, form a symbiotic connection by feeding off a single consenting mortal vessel. The mortal vessel, in turn, can absorb some of the power from the incubus, among other things, their immortality. Soulmate AUs, let's go! Wow, sounds like a decent deal. I certainly always have plenty of emotions, mostly hatred of the fact that to earn money you have to work. A whole mountain of raisins for Victor, or whatever he called it. Why more raisins? Why is this game so intent on shoving raisins in my face? What a relief, just one person. The thought of having to chase after a whole bunch of strangers makes me feel sick. Aw, he's a little monogamous boy. Kiss his forehead. Strangers are the scariest thing right after rent. But I love communicating. Well, sometimes. I love communicating. Well, sometimes. I won't. I have lore. I have backstory to why I don't like grapes. Oh, well, it's cool when you can get along with people. Some people are probably just made for that. And me, well, I'm just me. I always feel like I'm saying something wrong. Because I usually do say something wrong. Seems like I'm doing it right now. So, yeah, getting attached to one person and you don't have to try to constantly impress strangers, that's just a dream. He's adorable. Victor flips through the grimoire. Ready? Flips through the grimoire, reading the chapter titles. Technique of Rogue Seduction. Juicy emotional juices. Using lascivious energies for thaumaturgical purposes. I didn't want to know. I just want to not starve without energy and maybe pay my rent. I don't need to be the lusty cousin of Doctor Strange. This guy is great. His finger finally jabs at a random chapter title somewhere in the middle. Love letters. Seems completely and irrevocably outdated, especially that part about carrier pigeon colors. Love letters? Who writes love letters anymore? This should apply to text messages now, right? But this is a good start. Let's work on this before moving on to more complex seduction methods. He pulls out a pen from somewhere, a cheap ballpoint with a little anime cat charm on the end. I hand him a grease-stained napkin like everything in this rotten place. The book says as to convey aching adoration and a hint of forbidden desire. Victor starts scribbling something on the napkin. Maybe something like this? Oh, Victor, why? Okay. You know, there's some good structure there and perspective. This conveys aching adoration personally. No, Victor, try again. No, Victor, try again. Yeah, I guess this really isn't the most aching thing in the world. He takes the less greasy napkin from me and starts drawing again. What about this? That's so cute. I like that. Will you marry me? And a funny kitty. Wonderful. That lonely pain-filled tear is like the cherry on top. I'm gonna check the yes box. Victor's mind is now a blue screen of death. Oh no, I broke him. I have managed to get each of these characters to completely like short circuit. And I think that should be an achievement. This probably means the picture turned out well, right? With a trembling hand, he takes the drawing from himself. If my client gets a heart attack, Bob will probably kill me. Victor continues to flip through the book. Recognizing the desires of the vessel. He scans the first few lines of text. It's all about observing subtle hints, interpreting body language, and engaging in candid conversations to uncover the special nature of mortal carnal desires. He glances at me. What does Vessel Diana want? The vessel wants money. The vessel wants stable mental health. I don't believe this is a real thing. The vessel wants fame, love, and adoration. The vessel wants to become the new Sandro Botticelli. The vessel wants a simple human soul and cuddles on it. The vessel wants to leave work as soon as possible. Let's not linger, man. Honestly, who doesn't just want cuddles? I can always find the 404. Yes, I can. Alright. Oh, great. And pizza, right? Yes! Let's get pizza. And in his eyes is genuine sympathy and an understanding of every delicate string of my unfortunate, lonely soul. That's honestly quite a simple desire. I think if the criteria for the second person on the couch aren't too strict, I could easily help. Yes, cuddle me. Cuddle me! Though sometimes I comment too loudly on what's happening on screen. I hope that's not too much problem. Look, Thor can attest to this. I am the worst at commenting on movies. They showed me Jurassic Park, and I couldn't stop myself from voice acting the raptors at the end. I'm terrible. Nobody should ever watch a movie with me. Except for Victor, apparently. Sometimes you just can't help but make a stupid comment 10, 20, in 5 minutes, especially when you know some facts about the movie.
In my defense, they had already seen it. They were showing it to me. I wasn't ruining the film for anybody. Uh, we continue to study this villainous seduction manual. The art of verbal seduction and slippery flattery. To his surprise, Victor finds no mention of the fact that pirate compliments work on living people. We examine the first paragraph where words are labeled as keys to the treasure chest of the heart, and flattery is described as a powerful aphrodisiac for the ego. It's all very dramatic, but the main idea is quite simple. Say nice things, don't say unpleasant things. This is definitely outdated. If I tell someone that his eyes are double gateways to the Champs-Élysées, I'll definitely get sprayed with pepper. At least he's, you know what? Good awareness on you, guy. I like you. And this, good lord, when I kiss you, I tremble like a paralyzed beggar. How is that even supposed to work? No, that's too much even for me. Victor clears his throat. His gaze slides over me, trying to latch onto something particularly attractive about my appearance. You have very elegant ear shape. I like yours better. I like your pointy ears. They're nice. Thank you, Victor. No! I'm gonna be like, no, you. Do I? Yes! I love the pointy ears. It's real demi hours in here. It really is. Thank you. They're very nimble now. So I guess him being an incubus is a very new thing. It's not something he was born into, as it seems. I mean, I guess I should have gotten that, but I wasn't sure if the writing was going for. But there's no instruction for when someone compliments you back. Probably don't blush, and that's something I didn't manage. Oh no, please blush. Please blush. I love it. I live off of making others blush. He takes a deep breath, gathering his courage for another compliment. For a while, he tries to find some foothold to latch onto, but he can't seem to find the words. You are a very multifaceted person. You combine so much. I don't know how to exactly describe it. Oh, he lets out a quiet chuckle. But I like that you're so unpredictable. A lot of stress, of course, but it's incredibly fun. Now my unpredictability is a stress for someone else. How wonderful. Smile. That wasn't bad. Shake your head. He needs to try harder. That wasn't bad. He smiles gently in response. Despite everything, he starts to relax. He's probably beginning to feel more comfortable around me. I would have never thought a monster would have to struggle with discomfort from interacting with a mortal soul, and not the other way around. Another chapter. How to be a mirror. I don't know we could change. Oh, it's metaphorical. The text describes the principle of mirroring, subtly borrowing mannerisms, speech patterns, and even expressed opinions of the victim to create a sense of closeness and understanding. You mean masking? Like a neurodivergent people were masking? I know all about this! Yeah, no, I like this guy too. He's real sweet. The path of least resistance to gaining... Wait, back. Did I read that? Text describes the principle of mirror... Yes, okay. The path of least resistance to gaining mortal attachment. Oh no, what about all that stuff about just be yourself and everything will work out? My mom lied to me, didn't she? With similar interests. What do other people like? Football and the weather? Dude, I don't fucking know. If people don't have a hyperfixation, I'm completely lost. Definitely not anime and Dark Souls. Discussing the brilliant soundtrack of Silent Hill with people is a bad idea. That's for... No, it's not! Yeah, we're all incubi, and I need to... This is great. I can introduce him to my wife. She'll... This is not a bad idea. This is how you get me. This is how you get me. All right, practice. The book says that practice is the key to success. You don't need to practice. Let's talk about it right now. What are you watching? Victor lifts his gaze to me. Play along with me, please. Like we just met. I mean, we did. Beautiful mortal soul, I have appeared to you in half dreams so many times that I finally decided to find you in reality. I won't let you go so easily. Even though the words aren't the most elegant, there's something supernatural about them. I still begin to feel a pull. A shiver runs down my spine. Come on, you don't have to pretend to get close to someone unmarried friends. I'd love to talk about Silent Hill soundtrack, given to the feeling.
I wanna talk about the side soundtrack. Victor carefully crafts his next expression, shatters into pieces. Yes! Another 404 arrow! Error. We're on a roll, boys! His eyes widen, he blinks several times, and his gaze ignites with pure delight. You really want to talk about Akira Yamaoka's industrial soundscapes? Hell yeah, I do! And how they create an all-encompassing sense of psychological horror that reflects the protagonist's inner turmoil? I love this man! Because, I mean, the use of trip-hop elements in Silent Hill 3 soundtrack is criminally underrated. Criminally! I mean, yes, Mordor, interest in such esoteric melodies is quite intriguing. He chuckles softly. But you're right, pretending is very exhausting. You can never truly be close to someone if you're always pretending. Though, I don't really need that, do I? I just need juicy, sweet emotions. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm the most pathetic incubus in the world. I need more than just that. Oh, I'm done. Oh no. Oh no. Chat, I fear I have been got. He swung through the treatise a bit longer before letting out a sigh. His stomach growls again. It seems he could use an emotional snack. I think we've covered all the important stuff. I suppose it's time to wrap things up. He starts to rise from the floor. Wait, how did it happen that no one explained anything to you? Even I had a briefing. A 2-minute one. I want to know. I'll tell you, but promise you won't laugh? I promise. Relief washes over his face. Yes, wonderful. I accidentally sold my soul on the dark net! I didn't laugh! I didn't laugh! I coughed! He holds a dramatic pause. Go on, burst out laughing. Oh! I'm holding it in real life, so I'm gonna say I'm able to hold it in. Now. No! I don't want to upset him! Should I be honest? Do I have a coin? I want to flip a coin. Wait, I have dice. The well-practiced DM always carries dice on them for any scenario. Okay, I'm gonna roll d4. You guys want me to hold it in? Okay, I'm gonna hold it in. We will pull out the dice at some point. Because it's not me if I don't use dice to make life decisions. But I will hold it in. Fuck, what an idiot I was. I dropped out of college back then because of constant stress, moved into a tiny dump, and barely left my apartment. I was scraping by with some freelance work. Oh, buddy, you and I can talk. You and I can have dinner. Sometimes I chatted with various anonymous folks from 4chan. 4chan, no! Buddy, no! People without names, gender, or age. And then I stumbled upon a stupid ad. What did I have to lose? Definitely not a demon 7566 in the chat offered me a chance to escape loneliness. Later, after I turned into this creature, he told me he did it for laughs. Oh, what a dick! I mean, I'd turn into an incubus, but I at least want to have a say in the matter. He left no instructions, just wrote "get good" in the chat and deleted all contacts. Oh, that's so tragic. Oh, poor baby. I'm so sorry. I want to kiss his forehead. I was curious to see if I could handle it. His chance to escape loneliness turned out to be putting me in an incredibly deadly situation. He lifts his eyes to me. This memory is a fresh wound for him. Before I can even respond, he jumps up from the floor. But I've already wasted enough of your time. He clops his way to the counter. Well, to be honest, I didn't really understand much. Those chapters are so strange. He lets out a quick chuckle. But you know what? It was great. I haven't had this much fun in a while. I think I even ate properly. Finally, positive energy. I mean, thanks for the lunch. I'm not sure if I need to pay for that too, but I'll leave some money just in case. Sale twitches awkwardly. Yes, pay me. I haven't really interacted with people since college killed my will to live. I felt strange not to feel like such. It felt strange not to feel like such an idiot around someone. Thank you very much. He tosses some money into the jar, then takes a deep breath and adds, "And maybe someday we could, well, hang out together. Not as a lesson, just play some silly games, like friends." Yes, 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 yes. He's like Farah called it. He does seem a little demi, but I don't want to. This seems like a no, so I'm gonna go with the because like I don't want to just be immediately like I want to give him some time. But if this is the only option to say yes, I'm saying fucking yes. Look at him. Yes, God, I made this guy 404 more than any of the others. A date? His tail starts waggling wildly, knocking over 3 bags of chips, a can of soda, and a bottle of Gloomy D. Gloomy D! I'm in! Of course, I'm ready. Bro said take me now! He struggles to rein in the flow of enthusiasm and takes a frantic breath. See you then. Goodbye, Diana. Good luck with your shift. It was nice to meet you. The gas station returned to silence, broken only by the hum of refrigerators and my own 2 loud thoughts. So, a crazy god, a vampire thug, and a shy incubus walk into a gas station. Yeah, no, he's definitely my favorite. God, he's adorable. And he's the only one that I didn't feel there was a chance like I could end the game early by dying. It sounds like a start to a really bad joke. My life is now a joke. Just great. I just wanted to pay my bills. I didn't sign up for the interdimensional quarrels and therapy sessions for the undead. But on the other hand, I wasn't eaten, and I wasn't turned into a piece of furniture. For the standards of this night, that's a resounding success. I cautiously glanced at the door to Bob's office. There was a low guttural humming, like a giant, disgruntled computer tower was working inside. The clock on the wall indicated it was the end of my shift. With a heavy sigh of relief, I began closing up the place. Finally, I walked to the front door, inserted the key into the lock, and was about to turn it when suddenly... Organism! I jumped in place, nearly dropping everything. Organism, your performance has exceeded all of my algorithmic predictions by 47.3%! You are not just an organism, you are an efficient, flawless machine for generating currency. I am feeling an emotion your kind describes as managerial pride. If you keep up the good work, the possibility of receiving a 25-cent bonus will become not just a hypothetical, but quite real. Go, organism, restore your energy resources and return for further exploitation. What a relief. He vanishes, and suddenly, as he had appeared, leaving nothing but ringing silence behind. I stood for a few seconds, processing what I'd heard, then slowly turned the key in the lock. Click. First shift completed. I survived. And now I can do anything, which means... Call David, call Victor. Okay! I think it's pretty I think... it's pretty obvious who I'm gonna call. Oh, hey, Sif! Oh, sorry, I just noticed you getting one. Welcome, welcome! Glad to see you in here. Let's see here. Okay. I did want to stop at like 7:30 because I wanted to do a quick Photoshop tutorial for a friend. But it seems that Farah can't wait. So let's give Victor a call, and that'll probably be the last thing we do before I shift over to that. Victor promises to come faster than the wind. True to his word, when his car pulls in the parking lot, he nearly knocks over a trash bin. My bad! It's an old, well-maintained car, clearly inherited from his grandfather inside, and it's warm and smells nice. His apartment is exactly as I imagined, a bit cluttered, but cozy. Okay. Oh! Oh! And soon I get humiliated by the very first boss. Victor, sitting next to me, laughs. Oh, sorry, he said, wait, Farah, I just... like, I'm hoping there's another good stopping point in here. Victor sitting next to me laughs. It's not that you're bad at this, as you say. It's just that I'm a nerd with a whole lot of free time. His fingers glide effortlessly over the buttons. I felt at ease. For the first time in a long while, no fear, no tension, just 2 people playing video games. Rest my head on his shoulder, lean back. Okay, actually, I think we are gonna call it here. I'm very sorry. I should have called it before we did Victor, but I'm like, I feel like this is gonna be a whole scene, and I wanna really. I know, but I do want to do the tutorial, and this gives us something to look forward to next week. But yeah, so I'm gonna quick save complete, and then okay. So, but yeah, so this is where we're at. That was a first play of Don't Eat the Cashier. I'm very so far. I'm really loving this game. I love the characters. They're all adorable in their way. Obviously, Victor has claimed my heart very quickly. Um, but I'm glad that there seems to be a lot of content in this game. Again, this game is free on itch.io for anybody that is interested in playing it and giving it a shot. I'm really enjoying it so far. Okay, so I'm going to switch to doing a quick uh, Photoshop tutorial. One of my mutuals on TikTok requested to learn how to kind of create a certain effect that I kind of want to go into and record and send to them. So we'll get into that in just a sec. But before we do, I just want to give, in case none of you are not interested in that, totally understandable. I just want to give a quick shout out to everybody that has followed me today. We're really close. Oh, and we just got another from Sif. Thanks, Sif. Um, we are getting really close to that affiliate goal. Actually, way faster than I thought. So I guess I have to get ready to turn into Lala soon. We'll see if we hit it next time. For anybody that isn't aware, if you just kind of found me, welcome. I am PaliHimbo. I am a TikTok video creator primarily, but I've started streaming as a way to kind of like interact with my followers more. And I am currently doing a raffle. Anybody that joins my Twitch, my Patreon, or leaves a donation on Ko-fi will be entered into a raffle to where I will do a G-pose session with them. I'll pose some of their characters, or even if you want, I guess some people are interested in me being in the G-pose with them. If that's the case, I'll be doing that as well. And or if you're interested being in a quick cameo on a video that I do and post on TikTok. You can find all my socials in the About page if you're interested in following me anywhere else. But yeah, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna just be right back up for a bit while I get my Photoshop file ready, and we're gonna start there. But yeah, give me 1 sec.